Stop your racist rant, Path.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Be like that.
Look, he's
You're
got
an
to play about
all-star.
kobolds.
Get your
Okay.
game on.
This ad supports Twitch. Yeah, but does this ad support Zeb?
That would be the most fearsome monster in the vegetable patch, though.
What, the cucumber?
The cucumber Hulk.
Because it's already green.
Cucumber.
Because Umber.
I get
Hulk.
it.
Thank you.
It's
Gotcha.
not funny, but I get it.
I missed it. I thought we were making jokes about being encumbered again. We were like, oh, I'm so cucumbered.
Cucumber roll.
Yeah, the cucumber roll.
Monkey,
Come in.
monkey.
That was so good. Get that out of the way.
Yeah, we we played Conan Exiles for a while and found that
It was
if
like
you
a
were,
year.
Yeah, if you were encumbered, then you moved miserably slowly, just crawled. But you could still do a tactical roll forward.
The good old fat roll.
Yep, it was the fat roll. Exactly. Brilliant.
I played a heavy armor character in Dark Souls for a time.
The hovel roll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. All right. I assume we are all here and ready and waiting on this glorious Barovian day. The weather outside matches the weather in here.
It's cool.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means it's nice and gray and dismal.
Yep, back to Seattle summer.
Yep.
Oh, I missed that.
Except it's basically fall now. So, you know.
Any of you guys get dumpstered by the hurricane?
I
Nope.
dealt with it, but it's not a big deal.
I'm gonna say Zep's the closest.
Yeah, I had a weekend of heavy storms and rains and stuff, but nothing to worry about.
So what happened last time we played?
Last time we played, let's see here. You guys did about a page full of things according to my Google document. Guys were actually trying to figure out what you were doing, which was a good part of it. You decided that you were going to go talk to Van Richten and check in on Kilt to see how things were going with his training, which was not great. Where it was great, you couldn't really tell. Effectively what that was, Van Richten yelling at Kilt and Kilt crying a bunch until August came up and played his flute for him and showed that it wasn't so bad. Primarily the reason you guys went there was really because Tally was following up on her werewolf job. And since you guys had a werewolf fight outside of the tower, Van Richten's tower, you thought maybe you would talk to Van Richten and be like, hey, you know anything about the werewolves? What's going on with them? He let you guys know that, this is probably a bad idea. It's probably a trap. Werewolves are scum. Don't mess with them. Don't believe them. He gave Tally a pouch of wolfsbane, which she thought would be hilarious to experiment on Gideon with, who had a massive sneezing fit. As you guys were leaving there, Tally's like, hey, can I spend some gold? And went down to the water and communed with her goddess and was asking about basically a werewolf cure of sorts. You guys had some concerns that maybe the prisoner exchange you were going to do with these werewolves to get some of the kids was not going to end well for the children. And, maybe for Gideon to be cured of such a thing as well. And didn't so much get an answer as got a riddle, which was, in the heart of the fortress of the enemy, look for my anathema. She is not as she seems. She is my sister. And Tally wasn't really happy with that, and kicked some dirt, and you guys moved on. You went into the woods outside of Kresk, which is where the party flag is currently. Basically got snuck up on by the werewolves, though you guys are trying to sneak up on them. They approached you guys and gave you 5 of the 10 children that they have as kind of a show of good faith. and said the final 5 would be released to you when the current leader's husband was found and returned. They were effectively asking for, a show of good faith on your side to enter into more like serious, we will actually start being good werewolves if you do this for us and get rid of the more evil faction within. I can only remember her last name right now, which is Tornescu. I can't remember her first name, so I'm gonna have to go find the page.
Leader?
Anyway, who?
Zalika?
Lika. Yes.
Or Zalika? Or was it just
Yeah,
Lika?
I think it's Lika
Yeah.
or Zalika. I'll get to that page in a minute, or I can just look at my NPC list and roll 20. Something werewolves. Something. There we go. Of course, her name isn't in there either. Oh, Zulika. There we go. So Zulika is proposing that they being her and her husband, will overthrow the current leader, a werewolf named Carol, he's totally loyal to Strahd and will continue doing evil things throughout the lands of Barovia so long as he's in charge. The werewolves see Zulika's faction sees the value in not playing with Strahd anymore, as he's kind of subjugating them and using them as, slave labor and hired muscle and that kind of stuff. So to this case, making an alliance with the Keepers of the Feather is in their best bet. You guys did that. Nobody had any idea where her husband might be. There was a belief that maybe the Bloodspear Barbarians had seen them. So there's the thought you guys already mentioned, potentially going and talking with them. Now you return the children home, and some of them split off and are like, no, we're not from Vallaki. We're from a camp outside of Vallaki, and brought you there, which was another Vistani camp. The girl Arabelle brought you to this large tent to meet her father, who was beating the ever-living crap at one of the people that were supposed to be watching over her when she got kidnapped. That done, he rewarded you guys fairly handsomely, actually. Well, kind of. He made you play a game, effectively, where you got to choose a reward from one of many things. Skirp selected a small box, I believe.
Yes, the most
ended up-
cheap-looking box possible.
Yes, and ended up with some stuff that was of various things.
Electrum. He ended up with Electrum.
Yes. After that, you guys were kind of waffling on where to go, and then you remembered about another chest you found in the Wachter house. Finally deciding to open it, and you managed to find some bones, an entire human skeleton, in fact. Being the enterprising and slightly necromantic party that you are, you decided you're going to speak with dead, and the skeleton identified himself as Lord Leo de la Signa. And when asked how he died, he simply answered Strahd, because that's how Speak with Dead works, is horribly, ineffectively. When asked why did Strahd kill you, he said revenge. When asked what did you do to deserve revenge, he answered attacked his family. And when asked how can we kill Strahd, he answered the book, the symbol, and the heart. And those were your 5 questions. And you guys are left pondering what those mean. Also, as a reminder, you guys decided you're going to take some time to figure that out, including buying chains. You know that tomorrow night is the next full moon.
Oh yeah.
Just an FYI. Normally I would be like, nah, I'm going to let that play out, but since you bought chains and stuff and actually prepared for it, I'd figure it'd be nice to remind you.
We should have asked the werewolves if the blood craze bit is only the first transformation or all of them. But I
True.
guess we'll find out.
Oh, thanks, Boo. That's helpful. Cat's trying to knock the book out of my hand.
So we know the full moon's tomorrow night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it still daytime?
It's
Locky today.
it's getting into the evening.
Okay.
The other things I have in the notes is options you guys discussed as a party were tracking down the barbarians, investigating Argynvost holds, and delivering the wedding dress.
Oh yeah, I have a wedding dress.
And
There
you
hasn't been
are
much
the
discussion
prettiest
about
princess.
delivering that, other than getting me like, I got this dress. Let's take it to this guy. The rest of us like, but he's
The
creepy.
guy was like, I can bring people back to life.
I
if
will
you
light
bring
that
me a
dress on
wedding
fire.
Hold
We will nip this side quest in the bud right now.
Hold on. I'm gonna keep it just in case one of you die.
Well, you
Right,
know
so
who
we were-
likes bits of clothing?
Mm. So we were thinking of checking with the barbarians.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Or just full on going to Argynvost holds. People have also mentioned wanting to go to the windmill in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody at the same time is also like did that exact thing that I heard was like, hold their breath, like, yes, but we've heard things.
Gideon, how quickly could we reach some of your barbarian friends?
That's a good question.
Does it have a
Okay,
good
last
answer?
The only place I've actually remember running into them without them like following us around creepily was that weird tree place with the like statue of Strahd
yes,
and
yes,
the
Strahd Hill.
lightning. That's the only place we've ever run into them where it seemed like they might live.
Oh yeah, you guys played the lightning round. I remember that.
Yeah.
Well, we ran into them at the temple thing too.
Yes,
Yeah,
you did
but
run
they,
into them there.
if I remember right, they like evacuated and told us that we don't belong there either.
Right.
It was
but I
like,
mean,
you're
Where
risking
do
your
we
life staying.
belong?
that is a secondary time we've ran into them without them stalking you.
Yeah, I guess.
So I would propose that of these things, I'd like to try to figure out where Emil is, because if he's still alive, he might be in danger.
Yeah. And plus,
I do
5
want to check out
kidnapped
Argynvost
kids.
Hole, don't get me wrong.
Plus
But if it's
5 kidnapped kids is a little
That
more.
too. I figure a coalition of undead knights they might have some time on their hands.
Yeah, I mean the dead aren't going anywhere.
Well, I don't know, in these lands.
Skirp.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Just waiting for it. Yes, and
Just here whistling innocently. I mean, I'm interested in, for some reason, I'm really interested in this group of noble undead knights.
No relation.
No relation.
no relation.
But I'm also I'm really zeroed in on the whole saving the children from the werewolves part of it.
Yeah.
And so
Are you? Someone needs to read back some tape.
Yeah, I remember last time it was like, yeah, sorry, they're not maidens. I don't care.
you don't know that they're not maidens.
The one that we took back to the south was definitely a woman, so she's a maiden.
True.
That's what I'm saying.
And she was worth like 500 electrum. So.
Oh, speaking of which, I feel like I just put that in my inventory. Did we split that?
Skirp's got sticky fingers.
Yeah.
Not on purpose.
I thought Gideon
Of
was
course, I
the-
have it.
You sold the children?
You've got for money?
I mean, he returned them for coins, so I mean, that's kind of the same
It
thing.
was the
You're not
heroic
wrong.
thing to do. He wrote a song about it and everything.
He
I didn't
bravely
know he
gave
could sing.
them back for money.
Oh, then he ran away.
Yeah, then he ran away.
We should follow up also on this like book symbol heart malarkey, but maybe
Malarkey.
Argynvoss Hole or Van Richten can help us with that later.
I do have a book.
Well, we know how you feel about books.
Yeah, but this one's cool.
It's a
I'm just
picture
saying.
book.
This was a picture book about a goblin
Mm-hmm.
whose life got turned all upside down.
I was waiting for it.
Because
Just waiting for it.
he's reading it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Flip it over, man.
I'm trying to stand on his head to read it. Like, no, just flip that. No, never mind.
This is
Uh,
So
okay,
barbarians.
so
Want to find the barbarians?
Yester Hill. I mean, we could like step out
They've
into the
also-
woods and whistle.
Yeah, I
They
was
were
gonna say
following
they've also found you in the woods, right? Could we like
Yeah.
just as we're going? Do you have a signal for them, or they just?
me.
Whip
Okay,
out your spear and summon
Out of
them.
character here. For Gideon, it's been several days. For me, it's been like the better
Several
part of
months.
a year. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did I ever signal for them, or did they just like Batman out of the mist over and
They-
over again?
Basically, Batman out of the mist over and over again.
Okay.
It kind of seemed like they're always around because they either like come out and like warn you or talk to you or try and intervene in fights. But you've never actually tried to summon them before.
They've tried to warn me whenever we got into danger. We could like head for Strahd's castle. I bet they'd try to stop us.
Oh boy.
I like where this is going.
Let's send the
Which,
goblin.
okay, so that means even more so the werewolves are on the up and up then, right? Because they didn't try to stop us from going to the werewolf meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Or they consider them not a threat to us because
Mhm.
we're awesome.
These are all great.
Yeah.
I think they could all be true. Should we step outside Valaki and see if what do you call them? I imagine they don't like being called barbarians.
Let's just call them the Blood Spears.
Blood spears. Maybe we can find them on. We can start heading towards the hill, maybe, and if we find them sooner, that'd be great.
Yeah.
All right, that is Y on the map. So from R, take the second left down.
We're probably not gonna be able to make it there before sundown, right?
No.
We could
Stop by
stop by the Wizard of Wines, maybe.
that burned down.
Yes, that is on the way.
I feel like the whole place wasn't burned, was it? Like,
It was
Can't
well, I
remember.
don't know. Ask the person that tried to burn it down.
Wasn't me. There was somebody else
So-
that did that.
yeah, it was the Druids, wasn't it? Like they like
They
captured
came
the
back
people
for
there.
revenge, and
I
Yeah,
brought
know.
this
I'm
up
just referring
last.
to all the fireballs you set off in there.
it happens.
So I brought this up last session. She had, when we killed the girl in her basement in the cellar, she had all of the Wizard of Wine's wine down there. Are we ever going to report that?
I mean, she was a rich person. It kind of makes sense. She'd have a stash of wine. Stash of wine? Stash of wine? Does that make sense?
Say that
I
again.
mean, she was
So
a rich
you're
person.
thinking-
It makes sense that she had like a stash of wine.
You're thinking that she
Yes.
just purchased a whole bunch of it.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't
Anyways.
that she stole it all. Maybe she's just a collector. Although, heck, it's a little too late to go back to Valaki just to like rob her house. But we should have. We could
You
live
did
like
everything else
kings
to
with that
it.
much wine.
I say we start heading towards Wizard of Wines. If it gets too dark by the time we hit Van Richten's place, we stay there. If we can make it to Wizard of Wines, we stay there.
Okay. And there's Kresk too. Like, why aren't we between Kresk?
Because that's
and,
further away and there's creepy ass people there.
I know. I mean, aren't we like between Kresk and
Yeah, you guys are.
Van Richten's Tower?
Yeah, you guys are midway
I thought we were
between
at
them.
Valaki.
No.
Because
Oh, we are. We did. We
Yeah.
went
Yeah,
to
we got the
Valaki.
bones. We were in
Hold on.
the church.
Yeah, we're in
Right.
Valaki.
Yeah.
sure.
I
We
was
delivered all the
wrong.
kids back.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
you were
ended with
absolutely
talking in the church.
I was just using the map marker.
No,
yeah,
you're
me
good.
too.
You're just trying to make us go aggressive.
Maybe.
I see where you're at.
Diabolical.
Try and just make your way to the Rosemary Inn. We're not doing that.
Okay,
Sure.
and then Van Richten's Tower, we could ask about this symbol heart and I forgot the third thing.
Book.
Book. Skirp, I would like to get some reassurance right now that if the book does turn up, you're not going to immediately destroy it. Like, this is important. It could
We're
be
gonna-
useful for defeating Strahd.
No, I understand that. And
Okay.
like,
Duly noted and ignored.
Put this right where I put all the other notes you give me.
well,
In the
just that
trash.
if this book is some sort of like artifact that is at the core of Strahd's power, it would be reckless for us to destroy it outright without knowing how it works, or how we might use it kind of in the abstract as an artifact.
Some would argue that about almost any piece of literature or book, but
Oh boy.
No,
But I
because we don't
digress.
really-
I
We don't
digress.
care about what's in this book. We don't care about. We don't care about like.
It's
But
usefulness.
what if it had like knowledge in it on how to defeat Strahd?
Like, what if there was a book that in the middle of it, it just said, the key to beating Strahd is...
Yeah.
It's not the kind of things that are in books.
And then credits roll.
That's not how books
the
work.
secret
Like,
ingredient
I think
to the
you guys
Krabby
don't know
Patty
how books work.
formula.
My best part about this conversation is that I feel like it's everybody else out of character and Skirp in character.
So
Oh.
You don't get how books work.
no,
You can't handle the books.
I'm saying we find the book, and if you guys
Don't worry about it.
want to read the book and see what's in it, then I'll have no part of that. But I won't stop you from making your own bad choice.
We're not asking you to
I'll just-
partake.
I'll just tell you that
Just don't
I
judge.
agree with it. Okay.
Just don't
This
judge.
feels like high school all of a sudden.
I'll read it, but I won't inhale.
Yeah.
Definitely sounds like high school.
It's a contact read.
Nice.
Wow.
It does raise some questions about whether or not Skirp would be okay with a Braille book.
With what?
We should start walking.
A Braille book.
Well,
I mean, if he's okay with pictures.
Yeah, is bumps that represent letters fine too?
no,
What about like
no.
hieroglyph-
Bumps
what
that
about-
represent pictures.
what about hieroglyphics?
What if you think of each letter as a picture of a letter?
How does Skirp deal with kanji?
Yeah.
I just imagine Skirp like slowly backing into a corner, starting to freak out. You see the lightsabers start glowing.
The second
If
one.
it's really good calligraphy so that it qualifies as art. Anyway, so we're gonna go to Van Richten's tower.
Yeah, let's go.
You guys are so mean. I love it.
Again, we're mean out of character, and then in character, Skirp's dealing with it all.
It's like, why? He wakes up in a cold
It's
sweat
okay. He's
screaming.
died 3 times, twice already.
I
I
don't
think
even
he's got a lifetime.
Heroically.
Heroically died multiple times.
Thank you.
The first time was very like ragdoll-esque.
Yeah, one of
Yeah,
them.
that was. Yeah, that was.
Only like one member of the party remembered that. I think. I don't know. I haven't done
I
that.
think 2 of us. I think only.
I'm
I'm
the-
the
Italian,
I'm
the
the
two
only
remaining
one that's had a
members who
chance.
survived.
Yeah.
I mean, burning down
Fair enough.
the coffin maker's shop was very heroic. Like
Yeah, who
holding
did
the
that
door
again?
while the whole place burns
Thank
down
you.
around you. That
Yeah.
was that was great.
All right.
I didn't do the burning, but I did actually kind of did the burning. Yeah,
You
Yeah.
get to burning.
Do you guys remember who burned things?
Well, okay, but you
That's usually your
caused the
job.
burning, but the burning happened to him.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I feel like this is trying to explain like grammar to somebody else. Okay, but
Yeah.
because you use this participle, this
Yeah.
means he
the
was
direct
the
object of
burning.
the.
All right. So yeah,
Look
we're
for
gonna
your look for your blood spears.
the whole way. I'm gonna be like stopping and
Here,
whistling
blood
and
spear,
like
blood spear, blood spear.
take out
Hey,
the
blood.
blood spear and bang it on the ground a couple times by the haft. Like, does anything happen?
Are you literally just doing that?
Yeah.
Okay, then it is very like Batman-esque. Like they like just reverse meld out of the woods.
The fuck?
And they're standing in front of you. Like the instant that hits the ground, they're just there. And they give you a quick like fist like slam to the chest salute.
I will mimic it like with the blood spear in my right hand. I'll like do the salute back.
Okay. They all look extraordinarily pleased with that.
I guess I have some questions for you if you're up to answering them.
And like again, like broken common, like yes, answers, ask.
Have you guys? Do you know if your clan has had any recent encounters with the werewolves?
They all look at each other, and one of them comes forward and reaches up to his neck and pulls off, like very roughly, like pulls off a necklace that he's wearing and hands it to you, and it's full of claws and teeth.
Ah. I guess that answers that. You. How recent? Can I tell from looking at this necklace how recently some of these were pulled? Like what the most recent additions are?
If you want to try a medicine check,
Okay. And I will find it. There we go. Huh.
eh. You see there's some blood and like flakes of gum attached to a couple of them that look they're still kind of soft relatively. So you're like, okay, yeah, it's probably in the last couple of days or so. If you're gonna guess,
Um, did any of the ones you encounter survive?
they nod and says yes. They strong opponent. They run.
Hmm. Um, are all of these, and I'll point at the necklace, from dead werewolves?
He says yes, like very very like proudly, like stands tall, like please, like I let my enemies get away from me.
Fair enough. Do you know where they might be hiding? The ones that got away?
He kind of scratches at his face. He says they're cave by big city with walls.
Uh, I feel like there's only two places around here that might qualify.
How do we find this cave?
Turns around, looks at you, looks back at, says, "Blood spear, weird small man, talk."
Please answer his question too.
Turns over and like he looks at Skirp and like kind of like with two fingers like lifts and like puts back down his visor. And he's like, says, "That way," and he points from where you guys are, which is not terribly far outside of Valaki, to the northwest, which is kind of in the direction of Van Richten's tower. Not even kind of. That is just he points in the direction of Van Richten's tower. That is northwest of where you guys are.
So it's west northwest, kind of.
Yeah.
Do you fight all werewolves or only some?
He says, "Only some, those that fight us."
Ah, have you met any that don't fight you recently?
He says, "No." Ouch. Thanks, Boo. Appreciate that.
I will gingerly hand him back his necklace of teeth.
He takes it back like kind of like almost down on like one knee, like he bows when he does it.
I'll give him the salute again.
He gives you that kind of same like beaming pride look back, and he reattaches his necklace.
All right, then we may call upon you again for some more answers, but stay safe.
And he just goes, "Bloodspear, always be safe." Just disappear back into the bushes again.
Okay, so there's, I guess, a cave over there.
Hoping it's not the same one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, it was closer to Kresk. I feel like.
We could ask him to lead us to it.
Yeah, but we should probably spend the night at
At
Van Richten's
Richten's.
tower first.
Yeah. That's
I
fair.
should have invited them to stay the night with us. I don't know.
Still could.
Yeah, I should probably ask Van Richten first.
Nah.
Just show up with more strangers every time.
Yeah, savages make good house guests.
Hey, man, listen, they're like probably right there. That's kind of rude to call them. Anyway, to the tower.
To the tower.
The tower.
Not a savage. You're a savage, you savage.
Right? It's racist, man.
All right, to the tower. And the trip to the tower is the stretch of road has gotten pretty safe as far as Barovian stretches of roads go. You guys travel it often enough and have blown up enough twig blights that they don't really screw with you anymore.
I've never
Yeah.
killed Twig Blight.
As we go, I will point out all the patches where Tally blew up a set of twig blights.
They're
Scorch
just
like
scorch
on the
marks.
A
ground.
dozen of them along the road. Yeah, just like
They're
in
now
there.
trail markers.
24 more died, and yeah.
Oh, that crater there. Remember that crater?
Yeah. Hey, this is where we encountered werewolves. That full.
There is actually one crater where Tally was just in the center of, I don't know, like 8 of them, and she's like, no, and blew them all up. I think they were dire wolves, but either way.
Something like that.
They burn all the same.
They burn all the same. Yeah, you guys arrive at Van Richten's tower. As you approach, you hear what sounds like some kind of music. You're not really sure what sort of instrument is playing.
Go ahead, make it an
But
accordion.
it is not great.
Working grinder.
That would make sense for Van Richten.
Guess we'll I'll go up and do the hand gesture dance thing.
Okay.
And we'll
You were very easy to do that. You guys know it now. Goes down. Golems leave you alone. Go in.
Tally just doing the robot outside the door.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I want to take Skirp aside, or take Kilt aside. Talk to him about heroic deeds.
The most heroic of deeds. Ow. Okay. What exactly are you telling him?
Well, I, as a player, made a list. Because, but Skirp will tell him many stories, like the time I saved the party from a shambling mound, and the time I saved the party from vampires, and from an evil sorcerer who was trying to take books and murder everyone. I saved some children from werewolves, and I saved a winery from Styx. And and I've got this sweet fiery magic sword. You know, I got a whole. I'll tell him stories deep into the night.
All right.
Okay, Skirp, I'm a little unclear here. Is he supposed to be your personal bard who writes stories about you or whatever to sing forever, or is he your like apprentice?
You know, apprentice, valet, personal bard, squire.
Slave.
It's not a slave. I paid for him, and now I own him.
Wait, hold on.
Wait, hold on.
Play that back again.
Did you pay for him?
So
I thought you
yeah,
threatened an old lady until she like gave him over.
I paid in threats. I think.
What's the exchange rate on that?
In fact, didn't she give you things besides the kid, like a bunch of pies?
Yep.
You know,
Basically, he held up an old lady.
Hey, are those pies? They're probably pretty gross by now, aren't they?
It depends. Are you going to actually examine them?
No.
I don't own them. They're all Skirps.
see.
Please look for them.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'm digging through my backpack.
All right. You don't have to dig very far because they are just simply handed to you.
Good.
Oh man, he didn't get hungry in there.
No, the pies look like they're in perfect condition, despite
Oh.
being thrown around a backpack and everything. They're just like perfect as the day they were made.
Well, I have 4 of them, so
That's not creepy at all.
I'll save them for when I'm low on rations out in the field, because clearly they keep pretty well.
Oh.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That they do. That
That
they
they
do.
do.
All right.
Van Richten, I was wondering if you could tell us a bit. We met. Well, I say met. We found the remains of one Lord Leo de Lasina? De Lasina? Hmm? De Lasinia? I forget how to say his name.
Lasinia, that's how I've been saying it, but
De
close enough. I
Lasinia.
know who you're talking about.
And we had an opportunity to speak with his spirit, and it sounds like he was not a. He sounds like he was an enemy of Strahd. He left us with a little bit of a riddle, that could be helpful for us. Have you heard of him?
Dulcinea. He's like, I don't. And he goes over and starts kind of pouring through books and stuff. And he stops finally on this little black journal, pulls it up, and he says, "The only mention is this once in here, and it mentions a Dulcinea as part of Strahd's pre-vampire days, part of his like retainers."
Hmm.
How long ago exactly was that?
He says, "For that, I don't know. This, I honestly barely, managed to get out of the castle with this. Um, it's hard to say. It's not penned in such a way as to give dates or anything. This here," and he hands it to you, and it looks more like a ledger book than anything else. There's not really a ton of details. It's just a list of names.
Offhand, do I recognize any of the names? It's like we've passed. I don't know. Have we passed any graveyards or anything like that?
Have you passed any graveyards? You have passed several thousands of graveyards.
Do I recognize any of the names?
You do. There's one name in particular of interest to you.
What's that?
It is a lord's name.
Oh,
Yes. It is Lord Vasily von Holtz.
interesting.
You also see the name Lady Lavinia Voctor as well.
Was Lavinia the name of the first name of the lady that we, or was she different first name? I can't remember.
Different. You knew the Voctor
Okay.
that you knew was Fiona.
Okay, so probably a descendant. So these people's families have been serving Strahd for an unknown amount of time, possibly a long, long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
That's good to know. Do you mind over much if I hold on to this list?
He just kind of shakes a hand and says, no, it's at least it's finally useful. It's just been sitting on the shelf, and I had no, it's a list of names with little context.
Interesting.
Something else that the late Lord mentioned when we asked him how to kill Strahd, he said the book, the symbol, and the heart. Does that ring any bells to you?
Says, no, not in particular. Says, honestly, the best thing for killing Strahd's probably your friend's weapon there. He points it, kind of motions to an outside where Skirp is with Kilt. Says, but those items don't mean anything to me per se.
I remember.
He says, unless.
Unless?
He goes over and he grabs his notes. And he's kind of poring over them. He says, I was writing things down after the first time we met. Um, and he says, I don't know. You guys gave me a list of things. This is another list of
Yeah.
things. Perhaps they're one and the same. Says they don't match with the sort of riddles that you were given, but the riddles are not specific either. So who's to say?
Ah,
Oh, beating heart of the castle.
the marionette.
Hmm.
Arguably, looking through these, I think we've done this inventory before, but Van Richten, I presume, is represented by the artifact in many ways.
He's like, you guys are like talking over this, and all of a sudden he's just like over your guys' shoulder looking down to this. He says, oh, I had not considered that.
And the Master of Coins rogue speaks to our friend's Vestman over there.
Yeah.
So we still need to seek the last three. Perhaps these three represent the thing you seek, being the card tells of history. Knowledge of an ancient will help you better understand your enemy. Perhaps that's the book. And perhaps the powerful force is the symbol. A holy symbol of great hope.
Yeah, that crypt is going to be an interesting thing. It's possible that might be a useful target for your next divination. Just to get a lead of some kind.
Oh, I've got lots of targets for divination. I need more spell slots.
Like pick a direction.
Speaking of which, I can't remember, have you used your divination today?
I think I technically did, right? Since we started the day here, we went to go visit the werewolves, and we went to Vallaki. Is that right?
God, that is a lot of trip.
Yeah, I'm
walking
pretty
there.
sure I have already used it.
That's why it's nighttime now. You guys had a long day.
I feel like I'm under a mountain of gold coins can really only refer to somewhere in the castle, although I'm not going to say that for sure. But I can't think of anywhere
There's also
else
lots of
wealth would be gathered.
creepy, dead-like things over there.
I've heard of mountains of coins, and if we're honest, the only place I've ever heard of a mountain of coin is in the lair of a dragon.
Uh,
You read that in a book?
You guys have never heard stories of Dragon's Lair?
So mean.
I
You
feel
never
like
been to a tavern ever?
I've only
Easy,
heard of
Skirp.
one
I
dragon
jest.
reference in Barovia, and it had to do with Argynvost Holt.
Yeah. Wasn't there some sort of great silver dragon?
So you're angling to get us to go to Argynvost Holt again, I see.
I'm just saying.
We're going there. We are going there. We gotta
I'm
go
not-
say hi to Mac or Ron or whatever his name was.
Roy, wasn't it?
Roy.
No, I feel like Roy's the dude on the horseback. Was not the
Yeah, he
he wasn't the like revenant dude we
There are
ran
two
into.
different
Oh no,
revenants.
right.
One on horseback, one that you guys were like, he was walking
Oh,
down the road,
right,
dragging his
right.
sword behind him.
Shoot,
Yeah.
sorry.
Although I mean, we could come up with a name for him too.
I don't
Frank,
remember if
maybe.
I gave him a name. I'll scroll back a little way and let me see.
Francis.
Uh,
So another topic, Van Richten. We've met with a faction and a leader of some werewolves that claim to want peace. Apparently, there's a schism amongst their ranks.
You see just kind of like the amusement over, puzzling together things just drained from his face. It's like, I told you about dealing with the werewolves, and it's
I
like,
know.
kind
But-
of exasperated, moves back to his desk and sits down.
But she seems earnest. Of the children kidnapped, she returned half of them to us as a gesture of goodwill. And what she asks in return is that we find what happened to her mate, Immel. It seems as if her and the werewolves that follow her want to live in a more peaceful existence, whereas the rest of them seem to serve Strahd.
Hmm.
And
He's, if you'll forgive me, your optimism is apparently spreading throughout the lands, and quite frankly, if you think Strahd will let that happen, it simply won't. He won't so easily let the werewolves slip away from him. Regardless of whether or not they have free will, they are still his tools. They may seek freedom, but if they find it, it will not be for long.
well, it doesn't seem like anything comes easy in these lands, so
He's like, quite.
Speaking of werewolves, was the full moon tonight or tomorrow?
tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
I'm trying to casually ask that in the most obviously casual way
You know,
possible.
on the subject of werewolves, there were a werewolf and a full moon. Just saying, like, when would that be?
Do you know of any caves or dwellings of werewolves nearby? Somewhere around the lake, perhaps?
He says, I've believed them to actually be opposite, like Barotok from here. The attacks are far too quick, and they disappear far too quickly. That said, I'm one man, regardless of how great a hunter I can be. And he kind of looks at his nails and polishes them. He's bragging just a tiny bit. He says, even I wouldn't be foolish enough to go into a den of werewolves on my own.
Well, we may be making a trip over there. If you're interested in joining us, you're welcome to, of course.
Says, you guys are the crazy lot, aren't you?
In these lands, who isn't?
True enough. Says, no, I'll stay here with the boy.
Oh yeah, that one.
So you were saying across the lake?
He says, I believe so.
Okay.
I've not actually looked into it myself, but there is a rather large hill there, and I'm sure there are many places that wolves could den should they find such a place. Failing that, there are other areas to the northeast of here, deep into the Slavich woods, that might also prove a likely ground for werewolves and their ilk. Put that on the map. Slavic Woods.
Hmm.
And so M, there's a bunch of M's appearing on the map. Basically anything out there is considered the Slavic Woods with an M in it. It's a really big swath of woodland.
I feel like we
Hmm.
heard a rumor about someone else up there, didn't we?
I thought so, but
Yeah, there have been. You guys heard some rumors about some crazy like hermit wandering the woods.
Yeah. Does anybody remember the context of that rumor? Like,
no.
who told us it and why we asked?
Nope.
Let's have an int check.
That's clearly my strongest skill.
Yes, clearly.
I don't
I
even
forget.
know
How do you
to
do
make
just an
this.
int
Oh,
check and not a?
it's
I guess
an
my save's the same.
unskilled
At
Yeah,
the
where's
bottom.
Ed at?
under
Bottom.
skills.
Bottom
Oh,
of the
under
skill.
skills. Thank you. Thank you.
Between the lot of you, we'll say there's some aid checks going on there. You remember this was from the Vistani telling the tales. You guys were around a campfire one night, and they were telling the tales of a great deed, a great battle between this arch wizard and Strahd, and that Strahd
Ooh.
basically cast this arch wizard down upon the rocks below the castle after their great fight, and to kind of make the legend go on. The Vistani were saying, some say that wizard survived and still wanders the woods to this day, and then there's a bolt of lightning, and it was a really cool story.
Oh shit.
But there's no credence to it other than the kind of the story he was telling you guys, spinning the tale, as it were. That was a very long time ago, also, like in real life.
Yeah,
Time.
yeah.
Could be a wizard we want to see.
I mean, it would be hard to find anyone like
Yeah.
in 5 square miles of woods.
Yeah.
Or would it?
Well,
What would it?
I mean, I guess if we were to like recruit the barbarians to like form a line and just walk, like searching for a lost child.
The old school, like
Hey.
dogs.
Here,
They're
And
resourceful.
hermit, like. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I
mean,
might have some spells that could help.
Yeah.
Scarf
Could
has
do.
spells.
Yeah.
See, no.
Oh yeah,
You got it from a
you got
spell
some
book?
like magic scrolls, didn't you?
I hope not.
Yeah, you like accepted a bunch of magic scrolls from that one library, on the condition that they weren't evil scrolls,
I
right? I'm not
have.
crazy.
No, you're right. I think you're right.
That is. I must have just buried them in the bag because I see here I have 9 unsorted scrolls.
Okay. Maybe tonight we should sort them.
I think we're a little busy tonight.
No, we're not. It's next
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night we have plans.
Oh, it's still okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, apparently 1 month ago, Greg put the answers to the 5 questions in his inventory. That's great note taking. What that is.
Good job.
Thanks.
Oh,
Oh, I wrote them
okay.
down.
We've got them, so
We
that's fine.
we went over them.
We know those ones.
Yeah.
Strahd, revenge, attacked his family, the book, the heart, the thing I can't remember.
Pocket
Symbol?
Sand Werewolf Edition.
Yeah.
Ninja dust.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
pocket.
9 unsorted scrolls. I will give those to whoever wants. Well,
I'm not.
no.
very
That's
much of a-
hang on. let's figure out what they are first.
I'll spend some time tonight inventorying and researching them with you.
I'm gonna get a good night's sleep. Because
Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna get one tomorrow.
Are we making
Turn in
let
early.
me-
You guys are gonna make me scroll back to the notes for freaking Amber Temple scrolls, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, you monsters.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Because I know you destroyed some of these scrolls.
I was gonna say I really think we went through this process of like figuring out what they are and distributing them and destroying other ones of them.
Yeah, I feel like we did
do
too.
remember you destroyed some. You were like, these are evil because they're necromancy.
Yes, you destroyed. I have specifically destroyed
Oh,
the
good.
scrolls of Create Undead and False Life. And when you tried to, you threw the scroll of Undead up in the air and tried to slice it, and it fell into pieces and then turned into bats and flew away.
Oh yeah.
I remember that.
As for what they actually are, is apparently further up in the notes than that because that was a really, really long section of dungeon. Scroll. Oh, don't tell me. This might be in a different set of notes. I think it is. Let me check real quick. We'll come back to it.
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay, I have locate object.
I know I have them. Boom.
I don't know if a hermit counts as an object.
Okay, found them already.
It does if you objectify him.
Mm-hmm.
Do you often objectify people?
Damn hermit.
You guys are horrible. All right, so what we've got here, I have a scroll of remove curse, a scroll of hero's feast, a scroll of find familiar, a scroll of greater restoration, and 3 scrolls of speak with dead.
Mother.
What? It's like
And that's taking out the ones that were murdered by Skirb.
We could have used the scroll. It saved you a spell slot.
yes, for all these encounters that we had today.
Yeah, well.
It's okay. It's okay. It'll be fine. So what was sorry, just playing it back. Remove curse, hero's feast, great restoration, find familiar, 3x, speak with dead. And I think I missed one.
Remove curse, hero's feast,
Find
greater
familiar.
resto, find
Greater
familiar.
resto.
Nope, that's all of them.
Okay.
How many is that
Alright.
total?
7.
7. Did you destroy the scrolls of false life? I want to say you did, because
I
that's
think
the
I
one
did.
that I have listed here that would make up the right count.
Okay. That I think we did.
Okay, so then that would be what's left.
Okay.
I think because they were necromantic, and that's why you guys destroyed them.
Yeah.
Well, that's why Skirb destroyed them.
August,
Yep.
you seem like the casty type. Are any of these useful to you?
You can't just say that about people.
The casty type. Every
you
scroll will
implying?
come in handy and given
Are
the
you
right
one of,
situation.
Of the
Well, I'm
lifestyle.
just meaning like if I remember right, Tally said she couldn't use the find familiar and some of the others.
I could likely use all of them. I'd have to look to be specific, but
I think you can use all of those. I think.
yeah, I mean, yes.
Maybe not
I'm
hero's feast.
Maybe
sticking
not
to
Hero's Feast.
sticking
That's
to
a
August's
cleric.
response of I'm fairly every scroll comes in handy, given the right situation, and I can better to have them than not. But yeah, I think warlocks can use. I know we can have a familiar.
Don't you
Yeah.
already? I thought you already had like a bird familiar.
I do,
And
but
you
he's
can
not
just turn
technically a
into it.
familiar.
Oh. Could you have a second?
That's
don't
a
think
DM question.
That I don't think so. So I think
Find
you can
familiar.
use
Gain the
all of them
service of
except for
familiar.
Hero's Feast, Greater Restoration, and Speak with Dead.
They're certainly not going to be doing any good for anyone else if Tally can't use them and I can't use them. And
I mean, I think I could use those 3.
okay,
I was. It's
At
just
least a
restricted by
couple
like.
of those you'll
It's
use.
just restricted by what class you are, right? I actually don't remember how scrolls work. Yeah.
I don't remember how the schools of magic work in 5th. I think it's by class. Basically, if it's on your list, you can use it.
Gotcha. If the spell is on your class's spell list, but of a higher level than you normally can cast, you must make a something.
Yeah, you have to make a spellcasting
So
check.
Okay.
and
Probably.
if
So-
I remember right, Hero's Feast is one of those crazy high level, and also like
It's like 6th level, yeah.
costs
so,
like 1,000 gold to use.
If you want to take the Find Familiar and Remove Curse,
Let's find out.
you're more than welcome. Oh,
6th
what's
level
happening?
conjuration.
Put it on my
Since you
list.
have a scroll of it, the material components were consumed by the making of the scroll, so you don't have to
Ew.
like you just use the scroll and that gives it up. Whoever made the scroll burnt
Alright,
those
gave it up.
for you. Yeah.
Alright, let us
Class
down.
is cleric or druid.
Okay.
You bring forth a great feast, including magnificent food and drink. The feast takes
Drink.
1 hour to consume and disappears at the end of that time. The beneficial effects don't set in until this hour is over. Up to 12 other creatures can partake of the feast. All diseases are cured, and poison, immune to poison, and being frightened makes all wisdom saving throws with advantage. Hit point maximum increases by 2d10, and it gains the same number of hit points. These benefits last for 24 hours.
So when we go to make the final push, that's when you.
hmm
It is an omega elixir. Like
We bring 8 of our friends with us.
it does everything.
I mean, we are making a lot of friends.
Avengers.
It says up to 12 other creatures can partake of the feast, so I feel like that means 13,
Oh,
just
Wow.
because of the wording.
yeah.
It says 12 other, so I'm just like other than the caster, I assume.
I guess that makes
I-
sense.
Yeah,
That's how I
so we
would-
just
that's how
gotta
I would
make enough
totally
friends.
Sound.
rule
That
Just gotta make. How many blood spheres do you know?
I'm 2,
3.
3, but
Well,
a lot of
actually,
them
I
like.
think it's like 5 now. Because
Yeah,
if you
I mean,
count the
the
ones
ones
that
at
were up at the
the-
temple.
Yeah.
Well, shall we retire for the evening and set for
Good
tomorrow?
call. Sounds good to me.
Perfect. You get the classic Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time rooster crow.
God damn it.
And the like little like fanfare music when the sun's coming up and you go into Hyrule Field. And the dawn has come.
Boot doot.
One of your more successful sleeps, if I'm honest. There weren't
Hmm.
any ghosts, there was no mist, no visions. And then the killing starts. No. Sorry. Alright. It
I
is
didn't fall
dawn.
through a secret door.
Yeah. Again. Most passable rogue fighter.
All right. That full rest.
At the risk of wearing out my welcome with the DM, I might wake up a little early and go to the water's edge again and beseech my goddess for guidance.
That's what you do because
Hey,
you're a dawn cleric. Well, actually, you're a night
or
cleric.
I'm a night cleric, but I
Whatever.
use my spell. So
Yeah.
while the moon is still barely there, maybe
That's-
maybe it'd be more effective if I did it in the middle of the night. Maybe this is why I'm getting like lame answers.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll see. So you're gonna cast divination.
I believe so. If you guys are cool with another 25G evaporating into knowledge.
I haven't found very many places to spend money in Barovia,
That's fair.
whereas
Um,
knowledge is like our worst resource.
Who's keeping track of the whatchamacalls?
Oh,
We
geez.
still have
At
that
one
link
point, I
somewhere?
had a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
It's the freehand of the
Oh,
market.
there it is. Were we filling it in? I don't remember if we were or not.
We haven't used it since like
Communal
April.
fund. I see 564 in the communal fund, whatever that means. I also
Okay.
see 750 guild GP and undistributed, whatever that means.
Has someone been adding to it? I don't know.
I don't think so.
It's been too long.
It's Been much too long.
We won't worry about it for right now. I'm sure
All right.
it's
I'll work it out
somewhere in
after
there.
the
I'll
session.
change one of these things to say 725 instead of 750.
Okay.
There you go.
And we'll
Perfect.
pretend like we care. All right. Yes. Go to where I kicked. Go back to the same part of the water's edge, and you can still see some of the dirt that I kicked up, and my foot kind of swipe it back into place and pack it down with my heel, and then lay out the coins again in what I feel like is a better configuration, a better representation of a moon becoming full. And cast divination.
All right.
And I ask Salune, how can we find Emil?
How can you find Emil? The response is maybe not as cryptic as the last one. And you get this beam of moonlight come down on you, and you hear these words in your ear like someone's standing behind you. And they are, your ally has already given you the information that you need to find this creature. Your enemy will never allow his freedom.
Hmm. So I'll go back and join the group. And say, all right, rise and shine. We got a big day. I communed with Salune, and she shared with me that our ally, presumably Van Richten, has already given us the information we need to find Emil, and that our enemy, much like Emil, or much like Van Richten mentioned, will never allow his freedom. So that to me seems like it's either across the lake or in the woods. Which maybe just leaves us back where we were, but
Over the river and through the to grandmother's house we go. So many like werewolf grandmother jokes in here. I don't even know where to start. Actually, it wasn't a werewolf. It was a wolf, but it was a wolf that knew how to speak. So maybe it was a werewolf all
Was
along.
Maybe it was
Huh.
a wolf that got bit by a man. It was a wereman.
Man bites.
Man. All right. So given that information, does that change anything you're going to do today? I think we're kind of still at the same crossroads of, are we going to go, in search of the werewolves, or are you guys going to go try to track down some more leads on Emil, or are you going to go to Argenvostholt?
I think we should try to find Emil.
You had to ask how, right? I mean, you couldn't ask where.
Yeah. I feel like any question I ask would be twisted against me, so. Where would I find him? In Barovia. Oh, okay.
Oh, thanks, bud.
I'm playing by the rules of the spell.
So I guess we can circle the lake and hope that he's up there. Although this is much further from the Yesterwood barbarians than I thought.
If you
I
go
feel
the
like we're
other
just
direction.
gonna end up finding like their home base, and that's not where he is. Otherwise, she would already know that, right? But then again, I don't know.
We could. Another option is we go back to Zalika, share with her what we've learned, ask for her guidance and their help, and or how to make the best of our plans for this evening.
Yes. Um, talking around this is going to be difficult.
You're not just gonna go in and be like, "Hey, I'm a werewolf."
Depends on who's there.
So
Yes.
there was a. We're looking for a cave, right?
Possibly.
We're not really sure, but that's
We
one
were
place
told
where
there was a
werewolves were.
cave vaguely in a northwesterly direction.
Yeah.
Of your
Westwesterly.
best idea right now, yes.
But we met the other wolves less than 2 miles away from where we think there might be a cave.
Which
Of
wouldn't
wolves.
be that outlandish if they were part of that group and are separating.
Yeah, I guess. I'm just saying it might just be that that's where their home base is, and we're going to walk right into the camp of the wolves that we already met, or worse, all of them, including the
Yeah.
ones. I see that. What are you doing over there?
Don't worry about it. Oh.
I'm worried now.
Trying to subtly draw on the map, trying to frame Tally for it.
What's
We all know.
happening?
We all know what happens when he does that.
He's trying to cover up a cave, I think, on the map. He's using your color to do it.
Why would you do that?
Yeah. So
Wow. Van Richten, is there a boat to get across the lake?
He says no. There.
Oh.
He says I've seen very, very few boats in all of Barovia.
Fair.
yeah.
Um,
Well, all we know is that it was in this direction and it's outside the town with very thick wall.
remember, each of these like lines are like, what was it, 100-foot incline?
100-foot incline.
Okay, but like, could we
crest,
just, could we just walk across there?
Yeah, we might be able to just follow the lake edge,
I don't know which way is gonna be quicker. If we go that way, if we like
go down to the
Cut.
bridge, and then.
cut that way.
Well, the lake is. Oh, it's probably covered in mist. Never mind. So can we just see like if it's possible to walk around the lake?
The edges of the lake actually do disappear into the mist.
Son of a bitch.
Like you could. It's early morning, so like you could probably try to walk around a little bit more and see if there's a way around. But from where you are, it's hard to tell with the mist clinging to the ground, such as it is.
Who's up for a hike?
I like you guys are getting used to how things are in Peru. You're like, yeah, but it's probably covered in mist, and sitting here reading, like, it's covered.
You see some statues. They're probably gonna come to life and kill us.
I mean, the last Strahd
Yes.
statue didn't come to life.
Are we sure?
Well, I mean, you got like struck
Not
by
yet.
lightning or something, but
You remember the statues down at that like Amber Temple?
yeah.
Yeah.
But not all
Alright.
of those came to
So
life.
it's like, if I'm looking at this right, at most this should be, there's like a mile that way, a little bit over a mile that way. Like let's say like 2.5, 3 miles to walk the perimeter or half the perimeter of the lake.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's like what, an hour at a leisurely pace.
What's your movement
Depends on
is
the
these
incline.
days? Travel pace is I'll hand wave it. It's fine. Yeah, let's call it. We'll say like an hour and a half at the most.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we want to go
Traveled
exploring?
per hour, 3 miles at normal pace. There you go.
Yeah. Let's. I mean, we could walk the edge of the lake. I was also thinking we just go to Kresk, the city with giant walls, and kind of work our way from there.
Is that the city with giant walls, or did they say giant walls, or did they just say walls? Can't remember. I'm sorry.
Makes you feel any better. I can't remember.
Uh,
It
it
mentioned
could be
a city with
Milwaukee.
walls.
Or
Okay.
it could be Kresk.
Okay. I thought it was like big old wall.
Or it could be somewhere even deeper out there. Okay. Well,
We could also ask your. We could ask the blood spears
Oh,
to guide
yeah.
us there.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that.
I'm down.
We'll bid Kite and Van Richten adieu.
Idea. All right. So you're gonna just basically walk out and slam the staff down and
Yep. Do the
wait for
whole spear summon thing.
blood spear. All right.
Bees, almonds.
One comes forth.
I'll give him the salute and everything.
Also given the salute
Yeah.
back, and he just stands there waiting for you to say something.
Could you point us in the direction of the werewolf?
How about they just
better?
escort us?
Well, hold on. Let me.
Okay.
He points across the lake.
Like, can you give me a bearing? Is he pointing like directly across, like that way, or
From
is
like
it...
Van Richten's tower, he's kind of pointing across. Like you see how there's like that wide part of the lake at the top that kind of makes like a crescent shape. I'm trying to get back over to the map, but 20 decided that it hates me all of a sudden.
I got you.
Oh,
Do you
The
know?
bendy part that's at the top.
Bendy part. Yeah.
okay.
He's saying that it's off that.
Would you be interested in? I see it.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to kill my roll 20 and come back into it. Sorry.
How many arrows do you think he's gonna get drawn before Pef gets?
Before I'm back in, oh, I'm sure so many.
Or
The
he's just gonna
entire
keep
quiver unloaded.
unloaded?
Yeah.
Never mind, he's just writing.
Benkel.
Bend it like Baratok.
Now I'm just looking over at the stream, watching things be drawn, and just shaking my head. Wow, roll 20 is not
It
having
knows
a
who
good
the
go.
important party are.
Anyway, he's the lines on the streamer in the correct area to where he's pointing.
We intend to find their home. Would you agree to escort us at least within sight of it?
You're getting the feeling maybe this particular blood spirit doesn't speak a lot of common,
Ah,
because he just kind of like grunts. Like he understands you, but he grunts and like starts walking and then turns around and like motions for you to follow and then keeps going.
okay. Let's follow him.
I'm in.
All right. According to roll 20, it's still loading randomizing dice rolls, so
No problem.
that's exciting. But in the meantime, I will at least direct you from the information that I have. And he leads you around the northern side of the lake, eventually coming around the north side of it proper. You guys, and then he stops short and kind of, you see him duck off into the bushes, kind of in motion everybody over after about an hour of walking.
Okay.
And he actually points up, kind of almost along a cliff line. And he points 3 times.
Oh gosh.
Everybody make a perception check.
I'm real good at these.
Prove it. Well, I can't see your rolls.
We all rolled 28s.
Yeah, I believe that.
Oh, actually, Tally rolled
Not-
a 25. I rolled a 20. August rolled an 11.
You know what does work?
You should be able to see it on the stream. Worst case scenario. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm going right now. Back. I closed it because I was like, is it just this thing dying
Or
or
rolled an
choking?
11.
Oh, okay, you guys actually did roll really high. So 2 of the party definitely see these and can point it out to the other 2. You see a mix of humans holding crossbows and werewolves in hybrid form in these 3 spots that he pointed to.
Like
Uh,
pointing at each other.
No, like they look like they're on watch.
Oh, okay.
do I recognize any of them as ones that we've met before?
You do not.
Darn. That would have made this really easy if it turned out. I'm going to whisper. Uh, was the one we met yesterday, was she carrying anything that was specifically hers? Like I feel like she had some symbol that, like a necklace or a dagger or something that was we recognized.
That was
She
the mates,
actually-
I think, right?
She gave you a
Darn, she gave it to us.
the dagger that was like a token. It was her husband's.
Oh, I thought I gave that back.
Right, you did,
Oh.
but that would
Yeah.
mean you would know what that would look like.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
got a ruby pommel. Did I actually write that down? I'm trying to do it from memory. Let me go scroll down here.
Hey, Skirp. You were bragging yesterday that you know locate object.
I mean,
I didn't write it down, but you would be familiar with it if you saw
Yeah.
it. Put it that way.
Sounds good.
If that object were here, we would know this is just their general camp and that he can't be here. Right?
No, because she has the object.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. If the object is here, then she's here, and therefore her mate is not.
Oh, I see.
And there's no reason for us to.
Yeah.
Locate object was something like quarter mile or something. I can't remember exactly.
just double checking Paladin cast. Uh,
Okay, seriously, all I did was try to go to a different map, and trying to load it back into this now is not working. Every other web page on the internet that I've attempted so far is fine.
You could do like that reload that clears your
Roll
cache
20s
or whatever.
hates people.
Yeah. Let me try that.
Let me use the restroom real quick.
Yeah, go for it. That's probably
sadly,
easy enough time to make a break.
Ooh, perfect. Yeah, I want to
Nobody
break. I'll be right back.
Yep, let's do that.
be back.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, stream. Assuming you can hear me, I am going to reboot my computer and let the gents know in Discord chat that I'm doing such. So I will be right back. Anybody
I'll
else
let
that's
'em.
here? Perfect. I will be right back.
I'm back. I don't know if anybody else is, but I'm back.
Pef is
Puff is restarting his computer in general? Is that what you said? Killed us?
Yeah. Can you not hear me?
I heard Puff is restarting, and then I heard nothing until you just said, "Can you
Oh.
hear me?"
Apparently, yeah, I've been cutting out.
Sorry.
So, he's restarting his computer. He'll be back in a moment.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I mean, we're still gathered. We
Oh,
must.
you're cutting out again.
What is going on here? We must gather our party before venturing forth.
If we ever determine that it's Discord, I can set up a similar private channel in the PLG Discord, because it has actually better audio quality due to it being boosted via our members with Nitro. So if it's ever determined that we think it's just a free server audio quality, we have that option for future.
I think it's all used with your wireless mics.
I mean, I have no other choice.
He said no other choice. I did catch
You
that.
guys,
You're like, I heard. I mean, I have no other.
Context clues were there.
okay. Is this working?
Yeah.
Okay. I
No.
changed the position of my mic. Nope, it didn't
Nope,
work.
didn't work.
I'm watching my light like turn off randomly.
I think it might be.
It-
It
it's
could also
likely
be
you have-
threshold settings or
You have
Yeah,
Discord
but I
probably
haven't
set to
changed any
auto.
threshold settings.
Do you have it on auto?
It's been,
It's-
this
it's-
has been the way it's been since, like
Yeah, but
June
sometimes
of
it.
last year.
But sometimes it changes shit on you.
Yeah, the
It would have
auto.
to be at
If
the
it's on
middle of the
auto,
session,
it's bad.
Uh,
Right, it's what I'm saying. If you have it to auto detect, it will change throughout the entire time. So if you're just randomly starting to talk quieter or louder in the background, it'll try to compensate for that.
It
Discord is
not
the
set to
worst.
auto.
Okay, then I have no idea.
Ooh.
Anyway, if it continues to be a problem, I'll just switch to push to talk.
Wonderful.
So it's still doing it even after a reboot.
What?
What?
Yeah. All I did was go over and try to click into one of the other maps because it may be pertinent in the next half an hour or so. And I needed information from it. And now it's just not, it won't go past loading screen. So what I'm wondering if that map is bugged.
Can you? Yeah, I don't know if you can get off that map then, though, if you can't load in.
I don't know. What I'm going to do is basically open another game and see if it loads for me or not, in which case, or I don't know what that means, but
And did you
crap. Yeah, the other game loaded like instantly.
try like
Uh-oh.
clearing your Roll20 cache or
Yeah.
something? Okay.
All right, I have another thing I'm going to try. Quick.
mean, Roll20 thinks you. Oh,
Thinks that I'm there.
I thought it did, but
That's
then
because I was in the Strahd game. It's just loading. Hey, boo. You're not helping. All right. In the meantime,
Yeah.
we can still do this without a map. I'm just going to keep working in the background and try to fix it. So you guys are here. You've kind of been pointed at 3 scouts, and Skirp was looking at his spell list to determine if he could cast locate object or something along those lines. Yes.
That was what I was asking. On the item that she was clearly carrying.
I did not prepare it for today.
Ah.
I also, in reading it, I don't know if we ever got to this, if we ever answered this question last time we played, but locate object is blocked by a lead line container.
Yeah. Why?
Okay.
Oh yes, and the bones.
We're in a lead, and it was like we were kind of, I know we were discussing whether some spells were blocked by lead or divination or something.
Yeah,
So
that is interesting info.
yeah. So unfortunately, I just couldn't remember if paladins were spontaneous casters or not. The answer is
The answer is no.
correct.
Correct. Okay. So failing that now, are you guys going to approach further or be like, maybe not?
How high up is the cliff?
Very high. It's about 100 feet up.
Oh.
It's part of it, like the initial parts of it. If you look at the main, like Barovian map, you see that it's kind of hashed. That it looks like a hillside. So it actually is a hillside that gradually climbs, and then there's a few parts of it that are just straight cliffy. So some of this goes up a ways, and then it turns into a cliff face.
Okay, guys,
All right.
I'm willing to listen to
All right.
ideas.
So we found the cave. What's in the cave?
Lots of
what's-
werewolves.
What's in the box?
Right, but like, you have to open the box.
We have to open the cave.
No. What's our goal here? What's the
We really want to
objective
find.
with the cave?
We want to find Emil. That's really number
Yeah,
one.
we're hoping
right?
that Emil is here. He went off to do a job. Didn't come back. It sounded like he went off with other werewolves though to do the.
He did. He went off with the leader,
So this
Carol.
could be them, or
It
this
also-
could be their home base, and like his mate might be here. These could be our allies, or they could be our enemies.
I mean, if there's this collective of werewolves so close to Van Richten's tower, it might explain the horde of werewolves that surrounded Van Richten's tower.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
But then again, our meeting place for the friendly werewolves was less than 2 miles from here.
Yeah, but it was in the forest. I don't know.
I mean, it's not like they were going to invite us out to their home, for negotiation.
Does anybody remember the talking points of the encounter with the werewolves who surrounded Van Richten's tower?
No.
I don't know. They sounded like they had personal beef with Van Richten himself, though. And considering the way he talked about being a mighty hunter, it's possible that he started that beef.
Right. So, I mean, we could go and try and kill a whole bunch of werewolves, but it seems like a dangerous idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have in our midst one of their kind, a prospective
I'm
werewolf.
To stop you there, hold on. I'm gonna try to get the attention of Bloodsphere friend and give him the thumbs up and signal that he can go.
Okay. Hey, looks at you funny with the thumbs up and like tries to like mimic it,
Yeah.
and then disappears into the woods.
Okay. I mean, the thought had occurred to me, but can I get close enough to explain myself before I get filled with arrows?
Can you?
That was almost a rhetorical question. Is there like shrub cover all the way up the hill, or is it like just
No, not this part of it. It's pretty open except for up on the cliff they're actually on. They have some cover, like boulders and stuff up there they can duck behind. But that's about it. Otherwise, it's pretty open. You guys are in the more covered spot of it, leading right up to the hill.
I don't know if I could sneak up on. I mean, maybe we could find a way around to get above them, and then, you know. Oh God,
Hmm.
out of character. Have I had the armor with me, or the golem with me the whole time?
He said he was coming with you guys.
Oh crap! They probably just know we're here. We're just that group of people with a giant golem ducking in a
Just
shrub.
send the golem up there. Are they looking at us?
No, not directly. They're looking out kind of over everything. You see him like walking back and forth, and occasionally one disappears and then walks back up again. Looks like they're just on patrol of some kind.
Maybe
Well,
they
this-
haven't noticed him yet.
Well, if they saw us, then they certainly don't seem too upset by us. Or they're very good at lying.
Are any of you good at illusion?
Like, what are you trying to do, Illusion?
I don't know, like if they shoot at someone that looks exactly like me, I'm not stepping out.
I see what you're saying.
I can cause flames to flicker, brighten, or dim, or change colors.
That seems helpful.
No.
I am.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah,
I
can
hear
you
you.
Sorry, I thought my
did a
It
little
is
bit.
cutting out.
Also, Zeb cut out because he is like and then nothing.
Oh, I
I
said
guess it's
I'm
a
not
script
his
show now.
man. I don't have any illusion other than like mage hand.
I can slam a door shut. I guess it's not very elusive.
Me too.
High five.
I can ride a bike with no handlebars.
yeah,
No handlebars?
No handlebars.
no handlebars.
Sorry.
Oh man.
This is going well.
Uh,
All right, I am now trying device number 3.
Have you tried a different browser?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
I
jeez.
even opened Edge and I shivered slightly as I did it. I'm gonna try my work laptop real quick. I have a strong feeling that it's the map that's bugged, and for some reason it's not letting me in. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. So we will do as much as we can with what we have. Theater of the mind time. Buckle up.
Okay. I don't know. I'm willing to risk it and then run away if things turn bad, or we can try to sneak up.
Hmm. Wish I had another 4th level spell slot.
Right? Wait, another?
Yep. Because divination and locate creature are both 4th level spells.
Oh. Maybe if you pray really hard, that's how it works, right?
I can get another spell slot back. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
I don't think that's how that works.
I've got 5,
Oh.
6 of instants. If I light them, do I get 5 spell slots back? Or 5 spell levels?
Right?
Pretty sure it's what it says in the...
I can go take a look as a raven for a little bit and see if I see anything standing out. type stuff. If you're trying to get like a better look to see if it's the same werewolves that we had a meeting with versus new ones.
That could be helpful, yeah, if you could find out, like, just try to see if any of them are familiar to you.
I will. I'll go Raven for him and go be Raven-like throughout the
If you-
trees.
If you see any good ways to sneak up there, make note of that too.
All right,
Fly
so
casual.
fly casual. Yeah, are you being stealthy at all, or are you just flying up high?
I'm gonna be Raven-like, so like I'm going up high and looking for food and stuff like that.
Okay.
I mean, flying like a raven.
So
could be
yes, I'm
considered
going
stealth.
to. I can roll perform or persuade or whatever to mimic that of a raven, if you'd like.
Nah, I think for now it's not gonna be too big of an issue.
I'm just looking for familiar faces from the meeting, essentially.
Fly up and kind of around and do a quick circuit. That's the word I was looking for, around the hill. And no, what you do know, or what you notice in kind of your scouting here, is that this part of the cliff is only looks like it's only really right here. The rest of it's more hilly, so you could walk the long way around it, all the way around it, and there's not really any other cliff sides. You do also notice what looks to be like a cave entrance, kind of south of where you guys are ducked into the woods near this. In terms of friendly faces, though, you don't see any.
All right, I will.
Nobody you recognize from the previous meeting. Okay, to answer that question, it is my account or something, because I'm on my work laptop and it's doing the exact same thing.
That is so weird.
I will continue being Raven-like and slowly return back to the party and give report.
All right. You note there are actually 4 werewolves up on top, not 3. Just that there's one that's constantly rotating back, towards what looks just to be an edge of the cave, or an edge of the cliffside itself.
All right.
All right, are we
Did
just
they look
gonna...
like they were more guarding, or more like protecting their bait? Like, is it like a home protection versus like a, I don't know. I would think there'd be a difference if I'm protecting an entrance and I want anybody to enter because we're guarding something versus just protecting my den.
Kind of hard to get that feeling from it. That looks like they're on like a patrol of some kind. Is the best that I can describe it to you.
Okay. Now I come back and tell the party my findings that there's a long way around. There's another cave entrance over here. There are actually 4 werewolves.
How long is a long way around?
So the hillside that you guys are next to, I'm trying to describe it to you, you would have to skirt the outside of it all the way around, and then try to climb up the hillside if you're going to try to go up that way.
Like, we have to go like down here? Or, oh, you
Either
can see, right?
I'm watching the stream. So that way is in the direction of the cave entrance that August saw when he was scouting. The other way
Okay.
around would be north and around the hill. If you wanted to go, you could
Okay. And like,
easily
how
come around,
far
so
are we talking?
all the way around. So like the furthest out like hashes to like the edge of that little forest, and then
It's like here.
other
where,
direction, more north. It's hard to describe. So go north from go north from there,
Okay.
up, and then hang a left. There's like a little gap between 2 forests. That makes sense.
Like, here-ish, I guess? I don't know.
Either way, it would be a long way around. We'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Seems like a bad idea to go rushing in.
Yeah, I don't see any reason for us to go just barging in. I'd rather just go talk to him. The other werewolves were friendly enough.
No, but these are the first werewolves we met, and they were not friendly enough.
Why weren't they friendly?
Because they were attacking us.
We got
Yeah, but,
attacked
like-
on the road by them, and then
And then we ran up to the tower.
Yeah, but you guys ever hear that story about the lion with the thorn in his paw?
Okay.
Like, just because something's like mean and angry and whatnot doesn't mean that like they're just inherently mean and angry. You know, maybe these guys have a reason to be mean and angry, and we could just help them not be so upset.
I think the reason they're mean and angry is because they want to do Strahd's bidding. I don't know if
Yeah,
we can
right.
help them not do that.
Do they want to do Strahd's bidding though?
We're pretty sure they do.
Okay. Okay. You have a point. So I guess to that point, does it look like we could sneak through these woods and get up near them and kill them unexpectedly?
It is a known issue with the Curse of Strahd module for the Werewolf Den map.
Oh no.
Is there no fix for it?
One guy said he sat on you get like the Chrome pop-up that says, "Do you want to wait for this page or exit?" He says, "Leave it open for 10 minutes," and it eventually went in.
Oh,
So we're gonna just try that, and I will work around this
oh god, but
constraint in the
that
meantime.
means the rest of us would have to wait for 10 minutes, right?
That's why it says that there's actually some fixes once the map actually loads.
Oh, gotcha.
Wow.
But everyone's like, but the map never loads. So we'll see. Like I said, in the meantime, we'll work around it.
Well, with this note as a side
I
note,
have all the
I
maps
was
and
just
books in front
informed by Twitch that there is a Beyond the Dungeon Beyond D&D Beyond website that has a Twitch extension now for D&D players to allow everything to be updated live via the extension. Like
Oh, that's
hit
cool.
points would go to viewers and all that stuff would all be like live updated.
Yeah, I think they've used that on Ac Inc. performances and stuff in the past.
Hmm.
But I think you have to have D&D Beyond,
Yeah, that's
which
because it's
might
a
make
sub.
it kind of challenging to manage in multiple places, but could be done.
Could be done.
Could be done.
Okay, so back to book. It's all book related tonight.
Book.
So is this something you guys want to pursue, or do you wish to go elsewhere?
We're definitely
No,
not going
like-
elsewhere.
You're not?
We gotta. I mean,
I
We
know we
haven't
got to, but like, how do we do this without getting ourselves killed or getting Emil killed?
we could.
We could.
You could.
All right.
Wow.
I've never tried it before, but some of them seem able to change into werewolf form and out at will. I
Yo.
could try to approach them.
Wait, hold up. Well, we've got a bunch of wolfsbane still, right?
Yeah.
We've got
I believe
got
we
somebody-
described it as a kilo.
we've got somebody with avian-like capabilities, right?
Oh.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
I don't want to volunteer anybody, but I'm just saying there's an option here.
All right. I just want to throw this out here. As far as I've been hearing, we do. Let's start with this. Let's get some party votes because we're kind of split on this. Party vote. Do we want to approach the werewolf den or go and do something else and maybe come back at a later date? So those in favor of approaching the werewolf den?
We would be leaving 5 children in captivity until we got back to this.
Skirt votes aye to approach the werewolf den.
I tend to be in favor of based
August
on
wants.
timeliness.
Yeah, the kids are a priority in August's eyes. So if there's a chance this den fixes the kids' issue, he's
So we're all in
wanting to get
agreement then.
That sounds right. Okay.
So
It's just a matter
and
of like how to do it without getting everybody.
did I
killed.
interpret the singles right? People want me to drop Bane over the head of these guys?
It's
in
an
that
option.
area?
It's an option.
It's an option. It sounds
Just-
like the options we have are to attack or to go in diplomatically. How do we feel about these options?
Can we send our werewolf friend in diplomatically, claiming that he's turning and he doesn't understand, and
That
see
would
how
be
it
my vote.
goes? And then
It's dangerous, though.
Okay,
right?
We got like one other. We got another option, which is
Biological warfare.
chemical, technically. I mean, it's a shitty option we don't want to do, right? Which is, I do a ascending and try to contact Emil.
Oh, that is the
But
thing.
Strahd would know that.
It's true.
So, well,
I mean,
are we thinking diplomatically, but like expect this to go south? Because I expect this to go south.
I
How
expect
close-
south as well, but yeah, diplomatically to start would be probably best.
can we? What are our options in terms of these woods? Does it look like we could get close to the cave entrance?
We have to go really far out of our way around, I thought.
No, you can go directly there if you follow the edge of the lake.
Oh,
I think I was misunderstanding what Floki, what August was asking. So the
Right.
cave entrance itself is actually really close to the lake entrance. There we go. I actually have the map in front of me now.
Did it load?
It was just, yeah. Well, no, it didn't load. I just have the book. So if you traveled south slightly over where that arrow is now, you could travel the edge of the lake and then skirt the edge of the woods and get there. You wouldn't have to travel all the way around the lake. Because right now you guys are kind of on like the northern point of the lake where he led you around to.
Here.
So kind of go like northwest of the L. Yeah, like right in there. Perfect. So
if we like went down to here.
Yeah, and then kind of
Maybe
skirt
the-
along the wood line.
Well, that's better than. It's better than going up a cliffside.
The alternative, right, is to go like through the woods up to the crest of the hill, and then approach from above.
Which is what I was trying to describe because I thought that's what August was asking. But that's the case, yeah. Kill, the only problem with that is I literally can't do anything with the controls of the game. Like
I
for
think
that,
you
it's
can
locked up.
promote from outside of the game. Like it's just from the game page before you load in.
Okay.
Like how if you click streaming with Strahd but not launch game
Oh, promote one of us to a DM or something and have
for
us
just a
change
moment.
the map.
Ooh, yeah, I
Well,
can.
it's not even changing the map. It's just changing the illumination setting on the map. It only takes a moment if you know.
First thing you do, try and go into that werewolf map.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I
All
get
right,
stuck
so Kill, since you've got the most Roll20 GM experience, I'm going to give it to you.
Okay, I'll fix it.
Make us proud.
Behave. Okay. Promoted you to GM.
Okay.
Hopefully get us around this issue.
I have the page toolbar.
The problem is you're going to have to scroll a little ways because it was to the right for the werewolf den.
That's fine. I've got.
You will see
Roll20.
the vast number of maps that are in this.
I'm not gonna even read them. Well, if the game ever loads.
Uh-oh.
Okay, there it goes. What was the name of the actual map name? Just
Werewolf
Den. Never mind.
Werewolf den.
Okay. Sorry. Continue planning, guys. I'm just doing Google work, figuring out what I need to do.
And I will
So we just
support
need
you
to
in
pick which
that one.
path we want to go through the forest or up the hill.
Yeah, if you're going to take the direct one and go and be like, hello, werewolf friends, or if you're going to try to be sneaky and come in through the roof.
Okay.
If we're trying to be diplomatic, one of those seems more obvious.
My vote would be for diplomatic, but I will back the party up with whatever option we go.
I agree.
Anybody else?
I think
voting?
it's diplomatic, assuming that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so I guess the last vote. I assume that the other three, if we send one party member, oh yeah, there's the next vote. Are we going to send the little orphan werewolf in, try and sneak, or like to try and kind of infiltrate? Or are we all going to walk up and say, "How's it going, group of werewolves?"
We could the latter option. Well, I guess either option could be get in if you feel comfortable appealing to them with your affliction and asking them for help. That might be a way to gain their trust. I don't know.
Do I remember the werewolf that we ran into that was talking? Was he talking while in wolf form, or was he like half wolf, or
He was half. He was in his
half
hybrid
wolf?
form.
I could try. I could try going hybrid, seeing if I can communicate with them, get them to not attack me on sight.
Hey, it worked.
Okay, go ahead and take DM away from me, and then I'll load back in.
All right, it is gone. Go and look at his character sheet now, just in
It
case.
could go either way. You could either do it on your own, or we could go as a group and be like, "Hey, can you help our dude out here?"
We could split it. We'll do Wookiee prisoner, and I'll bring in the Goblin Paladin as a prisoner, and then you two can fly in from above if you need
Oh
to.
my god.
Because this has never gone wrong before.
Oh my god. Yes. I mean,
Of course, that would be relying on me out of character to make deception checks. My negative charisma.
you don't have to be deceptive. Well, I mean, if you're lying about it, I don't know.
I would beat deception checks.
You don't have to be deceptive about you turning, though.
No, if I'm approaching diplomatically, that's just truthful. But if I'm bringing in a prisoner, that's deception checks.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, my vote would be to all approach as a group and just be.
Straight up.
Yeah, exactly. And that way, we're all already there. Fight breaks
That's
out.
true. It's simple.
Pef, is it an action to shift, or how
Yes.
does that work?
It's an action.
Okay,
I
guys,
could,
I'm gonna try something.
you three could go in and I could be above, and then if things go south, drop the Wolf's Bane. But then we also incapacitate one of our own peoples, right?
I'm fine with that if it comes to it.
And that way, we can still have a element of surprise if things go south with me dropping Wolf's Bane on the camp and then coming down to help the fight.
That sounds pretty good.
Okay. Guys, I'm gonna try something. If it goes really badly, I'm really sorry.
Do
You
we
might
need to
want to
put
get the
you
wolf
in
veins ready.
chains?
Yeah.
You have
The
the
werewolf
wolf
can
veins, it
use its
comes
action to polymorph into its wolf humanoid hybrid or into a wolf or back to its true form, which is humanoid.
Okay.
Should we do something first before you try this thing that you're about to try?
Nah, it'll be fine. And then I'm gonna shift into my
Well-
hybrid form.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you're going to try to
I'm
immediately
going
go
to- I'm
hybrid.
I'm going to try to channel the nearness of the full moon and my oneness with
it-
nature here, and try to assume the shape that I've seen several other werewolves take recently.
Okay. Make a
Can-
Constitution saving throw.
Can I? Okay.
Can you? No, let's hear it. Can you? Can you what?
I guess it depends on when he has to make the saving throw. If he has to make it immediately, or if I see him like starting to transform.
You
I would like
will see him starting to struggle, regardless.
I'd give him some guidance.
Does
Considering
that work on saving throws,
my
or is it?
affinity. D4 to any ability check.
Uh,
Uh?
Okay. Here's the deal. This is from Tally is divine, and it's the goddess of the moon,
Sure.
and you're
Like
trying to do a
the
werewolf thing,
lycanthropy,
so it flies. You'll get the
Okay.
D4 to it.
All right.
If
Do
for
the
no other
D4
reason than
first.
God, I wish I had
thematically,
something
it
better to
totally
give you.
sticks.
I'm looking through here, man.
Oh! That's at +5 too. So 10 total.
You take a knee and appear to be struggling. Make a. Oh man, what is that going to be in here?
And I rolled.
Make a charisma saving throw.
Whew.
Can I continue to guide him?
Yes.
Roll a D4 for me, Tally. Maybe you'll
Oh,
have better luck.
sorry, I forgot to do that.
I did the last one, but
Should have done this one too.
oof. 11. Slightly better.
Improving.
Improving. All right, now you have to make your second Constitution saving throw.
Oh
Okay,
boy, go
Okay.
again.
Okay.
Oh jeez.
12. It's still improving.
It's going up.
We may want to avoid combat tonight. Our DPS is incapable of rolling dice.
He's getting them all out now.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Here
Well,
is
10,
we're,
11,
we're, I'm
12.
we're converting my DPS into another DPS right now.
now make a Wisdom saving throw
Oh boy.
Ooh.
because the charisma was so much
Go!
better.
Come on!
Don't ooh at me.
Oh!
Cha-ching.
Okay. Here's the thing. Damn it! Roll 2d6.
Oh no.
Okay, you take 6 points of damage as like your like skeleton basically like shifts and pulls and your muscles elongate and everything.
Ow.
That's the Constitution saving throws
Okay.
for that. Let's just say if you hadn't rolled a 20 on the Wisdom saving throw, things would be going very differently right now. You have control of your wolf form,
Nice.
so you're able to manipulate items, even though it's a little more cumbersome. You have claw attacks. You're a little bit faster. You're hunched over. You can speak, even though it's a wolf snout, so your voice is a little bit different. But you can definitely kind of let the party know that you're in control.
Gideon, buddy? You in there?
It's all me
Lighten
in
the
here, I
sword.
promise.
You like this?
Hey. Be careful with that.
Uh,
I don't have any
yep.
words and tattoos on me or anything. There's nothing for you to burn.
It's more of a, but when he says it, it sounds kind of like he's chewing on peanut butter because he's not used to like this tongue and all these teeth in the way. So you're
I
like,
don't
wait,
know
what
what
did
you're
he
talking
say?
about.
Somebody have speak with animal?
Hey,
Yeah, I have beast speech, and I still can't figure it out.
Gideon's just glaring at you. All right, enough jokes.
Gideon immediately loses his control.
We're gonna send him in to
What
be
the sh-
diplomatic, and he can't speak. This isn't gonna work.
He can speak.
Speak?
It's just a little
Good boy.
hard to understand.
Sorry, someone had to do it.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, you are in control.
Okay.
Assuming control.
Yes, assuming direct control. You have a bite attack. It's a D8. You have claws, 2d4, plus your strength modifiers on both of those.
Okay.
You can multi-attack,
Fuck yeah, I can.
so
I'm going to assume I can't use my crossbow with like new clawed fingers and everything, but is my spear?
your spear is absolutely usable. The hybrid wolf form can, like, it's specifically like they have spears, so you can use
Yeah.
that. Your crossbow that will be very, very difficult to use. You can try, you'll just have some penalties to the attack rolls.
Okay. And maybe like not reloading very well. Like
Yeah, we might change the the action economy on that slightly, but if it comes up. But otherwise, your spear is 1,000% usable.
If I'm in wolf form, I'm gonna just stick with spear, I think. Okay. Then spear and shield in hand. I guess we're approaching together, right? Right?
Yeah. I'll burn down my sword. Deactivate it and come in the spirit of.
I assume we're going to prepare a little bit of Wolfsbane, and I'll fly above and just wait to see.
Yeah,
if
I'll
things go
get you
south.
like a wine skin or two or whatever full of them.
I don't
so
think
we
we get
can kinda-
wineskin worth, right? If it's just a little like dust did it, so like just a little bottle vial, that'd probably be enough.
Just take the
Yeah,
whole
sure.
kilo.
No, he probably weighs more than him.
And Raven form actually do really heavy.
Yeah.
I'm sure
You
you
need to
guys
have
have.
2 swallows carrying it.
I'm sure you guys have like some spare clothing or cloth or something you can make bundles out of.
I have
Yeah,
no
just-
idea
just
where
a
we
little
find some
bag.
spare clothing.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll find something if you look around. Probably, it's out there. Okay, so approaching with Skirp, Wookiee prisoner.
Oh, am I doing? I thought we were all just approaching openly
I think
together.
we're just approaching it.
Everybody except for I think August is gonna
Oh,
fly.
okay.
I don't think there's any prisoner skit going on here.
All right, you guys don't want to risk the checks, huh? Fair enough. All right, you approach, and immediately upon doing so, I'm actually terrified to open up this thing again, so I'm just gonna look at the book.
Good
until
luck.
I don't need to. It doesn't matter until it matters. Let's put it that way.
Well, the global illumination issue is fixed, so you should be able to load into it just
I
fine.
know, but now I'm scared. The open jaws of a wolf's head form a 15-foot high canopy of rock over the cave of his mouth,
Damn.
held up by natural pillars of rock. The ceiling rises to a height of 20 feet inside the cave that you can see. There are torches and iron brackets lining the wall that you can see just kind of disappear back into the distance. You also hear the echoing of a flute, and some of the notes are discordant, like painfully so, especially to those of you that now have way better hearing, like Gideon.
Mm.
Like really sharp, just they missed a note, and it's like ring. You just do that, like turn your head to the side, like, yep, I heard that one.
Skirp, did your squire get in?
I actually recently met a bard who played a similar instrument, and the sounds of her pipes still haunt me.
1,000-yard
but-
stare.
She did save us from some sort of like vine blight thing. So it's a tale for another day. No, it's it's definitely not Kilt. I saw him practicing through one of the tower windows we left. Any reaction from the guard?
Seeing where we are. So far, no. Those guards are actually out of sight of where you are now.
Oh,
So you guys have kind of walked under and inside of like this wolf mouth.
we just totally dodged their patrols on accident. Awesome.
Accidentally stealth the victory.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. I just said there was no reaction.
All right. So we did a little bit of this action right here.
I think the other action.
What
Right?
what action?
Which action are we talking here?
I think he's asking which path we went.
Oh,
You guys would have
oh.
come directly, I assume.
Like just walked right from the lake edge right
Yeah.
to the door.
That's what it was kind of made to sound like.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it.
I'm very
I was
confused, but
approaching
we're here.
openly.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
And I have no idea that there's anyone around. Do I sense anyone watching us, or?
You do.
Oh.
I'm preparing map.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Rip.
I think let's. You know what? Let's not make like we're invading their territory.
Marching order isn't precise, so just move
Okay.
yourselves around in the order where you want them to be when you're in here.
Oh,
Oh,
because I turned off global illumination.
I
It actually looks like it's okay.
Okay.
seems
I was gonna
okay.
say, you can simulate global illumination by giving our tokens like 800 feet sight or light or whatever.
so blurry.
It's
You're
not
so
blurry for
blurry.
me.
Ooh, it's laggy though.
Yeah, there's something seriously wrong with this map. It's moving. It's just not great. So
How do you do this in the thing? Aren't the guards behind us, like outside the cave?
Yes,
they're
and
like outside and
also-
above. They're also directly in front of you.
Wait, what?
So if you'll look ahead, there's like a platform.
Yeah. Are these different than the guards that were outside?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You guys are kind of like inside, so you see there's like this dotted outline
Yeah.
kind of
Oh,
behind you.
that's
That's
the
the
overhang.
jaw kind of overhang.
Gotcha.
oh, and my golem is marching with us too. If we have a
Right.
token.
I will go grab him.
How did we sneak through?
There are two feral-looking women wearing shredded clothing and clutching spears sitting atop this overlook of sorts.
I'll be back in like 10 seconds.
Okay.
They
No.
you see that a werewolf is in the lead, and like they point their spears down, but so far they don't do anything else.
Gonna let you take this one, bud.
All right. All right. I will. I'll wait for Skirp. He's coming back.
It just
Oh.
started pouring rain,
Oh,
like loud enough for me to hear through my headphones.
your like car windows are up and stuff, right?
Yeah, they're fine.
Okay.
Or are they?
I will point my spear down as well. You know, copy the gesture, and stride forward towards them.
Okay. You are striding forward. Are you giving any kind of mental command to the shield guardian?
I'm going to have it stay with Tally.
Okay. All right, shield guardian. How many of you do I need to drag onto this map until you actually show up?
800.
Going to play that up to lag. Okay. So, oh, there he is.
It's weird.
One
I'm
of
not
the.
having any lag.
I am like crazy.
Yeah, it's rough.
We entered this cave area, right? Or entering.
Yeah.
So I can't be above you guys in the sky. When
Oh,
should a raven come
uh,
perch when the ravens are the natural enemies here? Like, I'm a little worried
You can
now.
maybe think about like transforming before you walk in. The part's totally up to you.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a spot
Maybe-
where I could transform out of their sight that would be noticed, totally would do that.
Yeah, we can hand with
Around
that
the
part.
corner.
I think that's fair in assuming that like, okay, you guys were gonna form up before you walked in.
Okay.
I'm not gonna force that on you and be like, no, you didn't say you were transforming. Tear up your character sheet. You can't play with us anymore.
anyway, the mental
Sorry.
command for the shield guardian is to, if shooting starts, to provide cover for August and Tally,
Got it.
essentially.
They growl and say that you smell funny. What are you doing here with humans?
We seek an audience with whoever is in charge here. Do I remember the name of their leader?
Carol.
Carol?
Carol. But yeah,
Carol? Carol.
sure, it's Carol now.
Wait,
Kiril.
Carol.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's okay. Your mouth is still not working quite right.
Yeah.
Carol.
And they're like, they're like, Carol?
Carol.
They're like,
I'm sorry, I'm not used to all these new teeth yet.
they
There
look
is
at
no
each other,
Carol in HR.
they look at you, and they're like, you are new. And
Indeed.
they're like, who turned you?
Honestly, I didn't get his name. He was his mouth was full at the time.
That's quite the night. They both kind of giggle at that, and they're like, "Carol's Hill, yes, he's in the back. What do you need of him?"
Uh, we. I believe he might prefer that we don't tell you our business.
And they kind of grumble. They look at each other and like whisper in. And they're like, "Fine, but tell the humans to keep their hands off their weapons."
Were they speaking common?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
They
going
are
to
they are
glance
not
back.
they are not addressing anybody that is
Yeah.
not a werewolf. Like you guys are second class citizens to them.
I will repeat their command to them like I'm in charge.
All right.
You don't have to
What-
act. You
One of
are
them
in
goes to the other and says, "Azina, take them back." And so the one on the left walks down the stairs in the back and comes around the corner, and waves you to follow, which would be this one this way.
Okay.
The scale on this map is actually way bigger than it is. That's why they
Oh,
look like they're
wow.
small tokens.
You could shrink us down too. Like.
Boop.
Oh man, who shrunk us?
The Guardian
Uh,
gets to say the same size.
Yeah,
right?
like the Shield Guardian stays where he is.
No.
Yeah.
He's a large kid. And she taps her staff on the floor like,
Oof.
"All right, come on."
Oh boy,
Is it laggy on you guys?
just a little
No.
bit.
Oh,
Not
on
too
my
bad,
end at
actually.
all.
When
Okay,
I'm trying
mine's
to, when I
still-
try to drag, it's a little funky.
It's
It's
actually
weird
super
how that happens. Like it's really smooth for me. I can just.
Yeah, some of these maps I don't know. I don't know if it's the lighting. Like it does have quite a few tokens on it, but not.
If you open up the settings on it and turn on like lighting only changes when you drop or something like that, that might make it
Oh, where's
less
that
laggy
at?
when you. That's for him. He has to do it.
No, but I like watching the shadows dance around.
Only update
It's
on
okay.
drop. Okay,
We don't have to change it.
let's try that.
Does that help your guys' lag
Oh
at all?
baby, that's pretty good.
It actually
All
made
right.
it worse.
What?
Yeah, but dragging
Zeb-
it around.
Zeb, how's
No.
yours?
Nobody wins.
Right. No, it's not bad.
I mean, mine's fine. My light doesn't change. So, like, if we get in areas where I usually like show the chat stuff by just dragging it, but not actually setting it down, I won't be able to do that anymore. But otherwise, we're good.
All right, it's just
The
on this
lighting
map.
over here
So,
Yeah, that's
doesn't
fine.
change.
So that part of the map. As she leads you back, you see that there are 9 wolves and a werewolf sitting here. The old guy, he's very old. He looks human, very old, very like raggedy. He's playing a silvery, platinumy looking flute, and you're certain that's where the discordant notes are coming from as you get closer to there. They're sitting around a fire. He's not playing very well. However, the wolves are all still kind of like they're on the ground and like curled up around him. You see that the floor in here is just covered in like gnawed up bones. And as he sees the humans approaching, kind of being led through, he starts cackling. He says, "When you send Carol, he's gonna skin you all alive." And he just kind of keeps cackling, doesn't get up or anything, and goes back to playing his flute.
We should.
Yeah.
What are we gonna tell this
I don't know.
game?
Yeah.
There's a set of stairs, and the werewolf motions you up and bids you to follow.
I didn't think we'd get this far.
Wait, what?
What?
What? Yeah.
In here is a kind of a maze of like torchlit tunnels, and there are just bones it's a common feature in here that there are just bones all over the place. You can sort of make out figures huddled in some of the corners in here, but she doesn't approach them. And so you don't really get a chance to interact with them in any way, unless you want to go off exploring on your own.
By
could-
huddled,
You
Like,
just see them kind of in a corner, like to themselves, like sitting in the dark.
okay.
Does it seem like they're trying to avoid like these lamps and torches?
No,
They're
it
just
doesn't.
kind of.
They're not
Okay.
like cowering from it. They're just
Oh, okay.
in the dark recesses.
Gotcha.
Okay. Sorry, just following.
She leads you to what is a kind of like a vast opening, and then down these stairs. And you see what looks to be like, this almost looks like some sort of shrine. Once you're all in here. And there are the rough-hewn stairs leading down to the cave, and it's a bizarre sight. There are 5 wide-eyed children sitting and standing behind wooden bars that are kind of staring out at you in the north. Their lids are, you see that there are heavy rocks on the lids keeping them shut. There are 4 other cages that are all empty. You presume at one point they held other children. You may or may not know something about that. There's a crude wooden statue standing between the cages. It bears a rough likeness to a wolf-headed woman draped in garlands and vines and night flowers. Piled all around the base of the statue is an incredible amount of treasure.
Would you say a mountain of gold?
It's slightly mountainous.
More of a molehill.
Kneeling before the statue is a woman in shredded clothing. There are also behind the statue 2 very gross, decomposing corpses shackled to the wall.
Do I know anything about the subject of the statue?
It looks like some sort of representation of a werewolf goddess. You feel like it may also be some kind of like perversion of Salune's aspect.
Mm.
Does that look like a really messed up
Mm.
buddy?
Tally, you just have a massive bonus to this roll, and you're like, this looks like some sort of anti-Salune in the way
Something
it's
about-
presented. Like it's
Like a desecration of Salune?
almost, yeah, but it's also presented in a way of like these people are revering it, so it's not like it's almost like an offshoot cult
It's her sister.
looking at
Yeah.
like a that could be a way of looking at it.
It's not what it seems.
I'm sort of like, at this point, I'm kind of like zoned out and just totally focusing on the statue until something else more important happens.
Fair enough. Zulika is the woman in here kneeling.
Oh.
She looks over her shoulder and sees you and immediately stands up. You see that she looks a little bit panicked, and then she kind of regains her composure and says, Azina, leave, go back to your post. I can handle these humans. The guard kind of gives a wary look, like, are you sure? But she doesn't question it, and then she leaves the room. And we'll make her way back to her post eventually. So for the time, just Zulika and the children in the room with you guys. And she keeps her voice low. She's like, what are you fools doing here?
We thought we were tracking your leader to try to find your mate, and it led us here.
Says, if my mate were here, I wouldn't have had to cut a deal with you to find him, now would I?
Well, we didn't know that this was where you made your home. We just thought that maybe there was another base.
She rolls her eyes, quite clearly ignored. She's like, yes, the giant wolf-headed cave was not full of werewolves.
Well, we knew it was full of werewolves. We just didn't know it was, where you specifically made your home.
She's,
We checked the outside for faces we recognized.
she sighs and just pinches the bridge of her nose. She says, it doesn't matter, you're here. She's like, you need to leave before Kirill comes back. Just because I am running the show and while he's away doesn't mean that he won't kill you as soon as he comes back. You, though, she looks at you. She's like, you weren't a werewolf last time. Kind of realizing that, this is different and she's actually talking to another werewolf.
Yeah, I was bit, well, about a moon ago. And,
She basically cuts you off like mid-sentence. Like she comes up with one hand and like grabs like around underneath your jaw and like turning your head, like examining it.
yeah.
And she's just like, you're not blooded. How are you managing to maintain control?
I mean, the first time my friends beat the crap out of me, I'm this time it wasn't so bad.
And she laughs and it echoes throughout the cave. She's like, my first time was similar. They say I killed 4 men before they finally got me under control.
I didn't even get the chance. I think I got like, yeah. Didn't work out for me.
She says, perhaps this is a blessing. Come, pray with me. She turns around and kneels and like reaches back a hand for you to join her. She's like knee
I'm
deep
open
in
to
like
it.
coins and gemstones and stuff at the base of this thing.
Can you tell me a little about her? I'll ask as I kneel next to her.
She says, you are new here. You don't. And Tally, if any of this is of interest to you, you're in earshot. Like she's not trying to be quiet. This is Mother Night. She is our mother. She's our queen. She protects us. Our curse, that some people call it, is her blessing, and we revel in it. She says, though lately I feel she has not been listening to our prayers. I've been here praying and hoping that she would provide us with some guidance to free us from Strahd's persecution and his control. It's too much, and I cannot help but believe that she does not mean our people to languish under him.
I think that we would all agree.
And she kind of she looks at Skirp and says, I do not know that the Mother Knight would accept human worshippers, but she raises like a clawed hand and kind of clacks the nails on her claws. She says, there is a way where you could be proper worshippers of her if you so desire.
I appreciate your offer. I respect what y'all are doing up here, but I don't think it's going to be for me. I do know if you ever see somebody with Batwing, like bony Batwing, they might be interested.
The scouts have actually reported such a creature, though he often is aloof and quickly runs when spotted. Odd. Odd indeed.
That's our guy, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we won't take up any more of your time.
She says, yes, I believe it would be wise for you to leave, and leave quickly.
Skedaddle, everybody. Skedaddle.
Listen, if things become unbearable here, the Bloodspear barbarians are much more reasonable than they appear from the outside. I think if you approach them with friendly intentions, you might receive more help than you'd expect.
She kind of like growls, saying, She says, I would not expect the woodland folk to help us. We have been enemies long. Merely approaching them would cause us to be at battle.
I will speak with them and see if maybe I can arrange safe harbor if you need it. Maybe something can be worked out.
She scratches her chin and kind of like
They seem
growls
extremely
again.
fond of me.
And she's like, such scars are not easily forgotten, but perhaps we are, after all, dealing with your kind.
Yes.
And that's when you hear howl at a distance from the south.
Is that the return of your leader?
And she quickly stands and looks at you and like pulls you up, and she says, another time, but you should return here. Quickly, this way. And basically shoves you this direction towards the other set of stairs.
Let's signal everyone. Oh God.
And here, she says there's, you see this basically curtain hanging, like it's clearly a curtain, and it's made of some kind of skin.
Ooh.
You don't want to take any guesses, but it's not furry skin. She quickly pulls it back and says, this is typically where Kirill sleeps. She kind of motions to like a little like bedding of fur in the corner. Says, but he also uses this to get out quickly when is required. She says, I suggest you leave now. She says, the guards up there won't expect you to come from this direction, so they shouldn't give you any trouble. You'll have to figure out a way down from the hill. And then she, motions all of you through.
Before we go, is your mate carrying anything? Does he have a token of some sort that he always carries with him?
He says it. She says that it would have been the dagger that I showed you before, but he left it with me. It's like he sensed something was going to happen.
Okay. We'll get back on finding him.
And she's like, then our agreement will stand. She says, don't return without him. I can't guarantee Kirill won't be here, and he will kill you.
Seems fair. Okay. So let's sneak out.
All right. Gather ye tokens.
Oh God.
Oh, it doesn't like that.
Did we just move beyond the? Oh yeah, here we are.
There you guys go.
Bam.
So up here, you guys come out of what looks to be like kind of like a hidden. The rocks are positioned in such a way where, if you were looking on this straight on, you couldn't see the pathway behind you that you came through, which is why August didn't see anything up here. There's a 20-foot diameter of stones that dominate this rocky ledge side, and you can see the guards up here patrolling around. They see another werewolf, and they lift their noses there and sniff, and then go back to looking over the ledge. Within the ring, you see splattered blood and small gnawed bones. Also, on outside the circle are several spears stained with dry blood.
We should get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Beat feet.
Yep.
August,
Your
you
pattern.
scouted this. What's the best route down?
Flying.
Yeah, and he just pieces up. Kind of around to the north and east, and you could make your way down. It would be slow, but it would be out of sight of the main dead entrance as well.
Sounds
Northeast,
good.
going slow. But flying is definitely the easiest. And I will do that.
Stay close together on the way down.
Is it dim or dark?
Not yet.
Okay. Side ass.
All right, let's go back
No,
to.
I would say with like all like the kind of like waffling and everything that was going on, like it took a couple hours to actually like design on a battle plan and get in there and the whole exchange. So it's by this time it's probably getting into like noon, but it's still not terribly late in the day yet.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
wasn't sure if it was.
Because like coming straight from Van Richten's tower, walking
Yeah.
over here, that's an hour, and then scouting around like another hour.
Let's mosey.
All right.
Okay. Figure we'll all stay clumped up except August, who flies away.
No, I'm not flying away. I'm just flying.
Oh.
So that way
Thought
I'm
you were
not
just like,
taking up
peace.
space that you guys might need. No, I'm staying with the group just in Raven form. It's a little easier to
Okay.
not worry about my life. Less checks that
Alright.
way, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the party comes out up about here, where the party flag is.
Just
So-
as a test, I want to see how good they are. I'm gonna bang my spear on the ground twice, see if anyone materializes.
Nothing immediately,
Ha!
but you do hear some sort of odd call kind of in the distance.
I wonder if they're able to like track the spear.
It kind of sounds like an elk call.
Interesting.
That said, depending on how long you guys take, about 15 minutes later, 2 members of the Blood Spears will show up.
I figure we're gonna be well on our way somewhere by then.
Okay. Then they will show up confused to a location for no
Oh,
apparent
shit.
reason. And look
Oh.
around, scratching their heads.
Okay.
So where are we going?
Well,
What's the plan?
our ally has already given the information we need to find this creature. So the two places he told us about was this cave and the Sphalic Woods, right?
Yeah. Either that or I feel like we were given other random directions, weren't we? Maybe not. I guess we could
What-
start searching the woods. I mean, locate
I mean, they're
creature
big.
is like 1,000. I don't know how
It's
big
1,000
that
feet.
is.
I would need another
That's-
day to prepare.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. Let's assemble some. Let's see. All right, quest,
Assemble the team.
locate. What's his name?
Emil.
Emil or Emil.
Mm,
EMIL pronunciation as you so desire.
He accidentally searches for a meal and
Emerald.
ends up finding some food.
Estevez. Okay. All right. What do we know? We know he's not in the wolf cave by the lake.
Correct.
Mhm.
Van Richten has not seen him. That Zalika doesn't know where he is, but that Kirill and him left together some time ago. Let me see. Van Richten told you what else?
That
he thought
there
it was
was another group of them, maybe.
he thought it was amusing, and that Strahd would never let such an alliance last for long.
That's true.
Which tracks.
What else? Think that
I thought he mentioned the woods in relation to this, but maybe not.
An alliance
Someone
between.
did say that the woods was the other alternate place that they might be. That's why we got the reveal of the Sphalic Woods.
Yeah. Is that searching the woods may turn it up?
Oh, near the walled city. But this might be what they mean by near the walled city.
We are near.
Yeah,
Right.
you guys are near the walled city.
Yeah.
You got the quest marker. It's fine. I'll tell you.
Ding. Okay. All right. So let's skip ahead a few pages. Quest number 2. I gotta write these things down because Arganbast Holt. It's a lot of letters. I already have some information, so I'll fill that in later. Okay. What else could we be doing? Could be.
Sorry,
I
what's
know.
S represent?
Kresk.
Oh, okay.
I've got a note here that says, once upon a time, we spoke with the abbot in Kresk about vampire hunting tools and something about consorting with mutants.
Yeah, he had like really creepy looking. I don't want to call them pets, but they were
Pets
pets.
is accurate.
They
But they were clearly people at some point, or maybe.
they were like
We
an
made-
amalgamation of like humans and animals, and so like you guys saw someone that was like half hyena.
We all
There
fought
was-
each other for the Full Metal Alchemist jokes.
Yeah, exactly, pretty much.
Okay.
They were
And
badly transmuted chimeras. We'll go
Yeah.
with that.
Okay.
and he was building like a flesh doll or something.
We'll
And did
cry
we
about
kill
Nita
that
later.
dude?
No.
No,
You
somebody
refused
wants
to
to make a
enter the
deal with
room.
him.
No, he offered to bring people back to life if they die. All he wanted was a wedding dress.
Okay, that's the guy who wants a wedding dress.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's okay.
the
For a-
abbot.
For a creepy looking doll thing or something
He
that
thought that
reminds
if
us
he
of
could marry that doll to, I don't remember.
to Strahd, because it looked like what's her name, right? Arena.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. His thought is it's a stand-in for Arena.
And he just needed a wedding dress to complete the illusion. But we also got the impression that like because he talked a lot about souls and how there's not enough of them to go around, that he would totally like want to take Arena's soul to put
Yeah,
in
he
the
needed a
doll,
soul,
maybe.
right?
Well, he never said that, but it was implied that most people here don't have souls. Something like that.
Yeah.
It was very creepy. I'm not saying that he's a good person. I'm saying that if one of you dies, it might be better than,
No,
nothing.
you let burn me to ash and sprinkle me somewhere. I don't want. I'm
Whatever
not gonna be
happens,
revived by none of these people here.
don't bring me back.
Okay, sounds good. I mean,
Someone
Right,
goes
this-
like pulls off Tally's breastplate and starts like trying to do chest compressions. There's just a DNR like note around her neck.
Right.
watch out about that. I mean, Skirp will burn it to ash.
Hey, did
I will
anybody see
not
what that
abide
said?
by it.
No.
He can't read.
He finds
Yeah.
DNRs evil.
Exactly. Like, are you kidding me? What more evil document could there be than one that says "Do not save my life"?
Right. All right. Well,
It's also anti-necromantic though. It means don't bring me back.
Yeah, don't.
Ooh.
That's what I want. You can save my life, just don't raise me from the dead. You know.
See, I'm fine with that.
Glad we found this common ground.
But you should express that to me verbally, so that I know that it's what you really want, and not somebody just like putting a note around your neck who wants you to stay dead.
You have a really cynical view of people who use notes.
If you tell me a thing, then I know you're not. I know that you at least said it.
Skirp, if I ever leave you a note, I want you to do whatever the opposite of it says. That way you know that, like, I don't know.
That you did
If
the
you
right
ever
thing.
leave me a note, I promise not to read.
If you ever leave me a note, I will find you, track you down.
He's a very particular set of skills.
Exactly. Okay, so
Unfortunately,
you guys
finding and tracking somebody isn't one of them.
No,
No.
there's reading.
have escaped and are now looking for a werewolf,
Yeah,
maybe,
what
or a number of other things you could do.
if we just go in the woods and wander 5 square miles? That seems like a bad idea.
Right? I don't know what else to do. I am genuinely.
Okay,
Uh,
that's why I'm kind of amalgamating our quests here. I've got Arganvest Holt.
All the
Where-
information.
There are undead knights. Knight. enemy of Strahd.
Giant enemy crab.
Order of the silver something. Let's see.
Dragon.
Silver-
maybe?
Let's see. There was a silver dragon who unleashed his fury against Strahd's army. And then was killed by Strahd, who keeps its head in his castle.
Okay. Let's for a moment coordinate what we know.
Go.
Allies who have told us stuff. We have 3 that I can think of. We've got Van Richten, we've got the Blood Spear guy, and we've got the Werewolf Lady. All 3 have told us clues, so one of them has given us what we need, right?
Mhm.
There's also the fortune teller in the village.
About the wolf, though, we haven't
Okay.
asked her about the wolf.
Your ally, specifically ally. So to me, that seems like Van Richten, because the
That's
spearmen would be allies, right? We've talked to
Yeah.
multiple of them, and I wouldn't exactly consider the wolf lady to be an ally yet, right?
okay.
She hasn't really told us anything, anyways, right? She doesn't know if she knew where he was, she would have told us already.
Yeah.
Unless,
So
like, the
what-
only thing I can think of is that he went on and he went on to do a mission with the leader with Kirill, and the orders came directly from Strahd.
Yeah. I wonder if it
But-
would be easier to find Kirill than it would be.
Well, we almost
Well,
found Carol.
We found him.
We were
He's at the den.
almost on the
He's gonna
business
kill
end.
us. Yeah.
Well, yeah, she said he might come back.
No, he was coming
Wonder if-
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that the wolf howls.
Yeah.
That's why she wanted us out of there
we
immediately.
Try to. I don't know. I'm open to suggestions. We could wait till the dead of night, sneak in, steal the children back.
No, I mean, aren't werewolves also like good at fighting at night?
We could
You would know.
wait till the dead of day and then sneak in and steal the children back.
The dead of day. I like it.
Mm,
The old screw this quest, we're just going to take the reward.
I think that's
mean-
the old. We're just gonna kill ourselves.
I mean, I'd say it wouldn't be that difficult to just start putting ourselves out there
Come in the woods.
in the woods, or we could kind of. I feel like it's not that hard to find a werewolf if you kind of
you
rig
look for 'em.
ourselves a werewolf trap.
Oh no.
Some fresh blood and
Oh no.
Maiden,
Oh no. Oh no. Are you
Uh,
are you thinking we need like a young child?
You know,
oh,
Oh
they do
no.
have a potential for kidnapping children. We could
No,
make
no.
up a
There's no
goblin
kidnapping needed.
to look
exactly.
like a child.
I
More
feel
like-
like I know where this is going.
Or like kidnapping.
Oh.
We could rig up
Or-
our goblin to look like a child.
Hasn't
I was
that poor
good.
woman gone through enough?
Poor kilt.
Oh, never mind. I was thinking somebody else. Ignore my thoughts.
Oh, Irina. No, we're not taking Irina out into the woods and then rigging it. Nope, that's a good way to catch a Strahd.
Right
Catch a case of Strahd like that.
Yeah.
to the face.
I mean, I'm not opposed to just going into the woods. We just gotta make sure we're careful, right? Because once we start going in there, it's gonna be probably hard to get out. We probably have to camp in there.
Do we want to spend a night in the woods in my condition?
I was gonna say,
You
first things first. Let's get tonight out of the way. Let's, while we have time, why don't we go over to Kresk, find a really sturdy cellar. Get you secured, get you chained down, and just get through to.
We're gonna show up, just like 4 people, randos.
Does
with
anybody have
chains.
any of the Wizards of Wine, wine left?
Oh yeah, for the guards.
I thought we
Yeah,
traded
well-
already.
Oh,
Let me check the bag.
Wherever the
Free market?
donkey is, there was still 2 kegs left in the donkey cart.
Where's the
That's
donkey cart?
Van Richten, right?
I assume it's at Van Richten's,
okay.
Okay.
unless you guys tell me otherwise.
I forgot we had it. Like the Shield Guardian.
I do not seem to have any wine.
Well, we've paid the toll before.
Yeah, I bet they'd
surely
let us in,
we've got
especially
some-
since
We
the
got some
abbot
capital.
made a request with us. But I was
Yeah.
hoping to borrow someone's cellar. We might be able to bribe them with some wine.
4 people gonna pay somebody 2 gold to let us use the cellar. No questions asked, please.
Yep.
Got a bunch of chains. Don't look. Just not weird. It's nothing weird.
Sounds weird.
Only when you say it like that. It wasn't weird
Indeed.
until you said it was.
A horrifying thought just occurred to me.
Oh.
Mm.
If I had succumbed to the bloodlust, what would have the Shield Guardian done? Would I be giving it mental commands to help me murder my friends?
I think it probably, if I'm thinking about it now, I think it would have gone berserk.
We should take. Maybe one of
yeah.
us should hold on to the amulet.
Once we get to wherever we're going,
Yeah.
we could stay at Van Richten's tower again. I don't know how he'd be okay with it.
Why wouldn't he be okay? Oh.
For the night of what's happening. He seems to have an issue with werewolves. But on the other hand, I mean,
You're good. That's fine.
right? I'm gonna leave it up to you guys.
Do
Okay.
we? Yeah.
Um,
Is there much to worry about? Like, do you have this under control?
I have no idea. I mean, right now I do.
There you go.
Okay, fine. Let's go someplace for the night. Get this over with, and then let's go to the woods.
Yeah, and then I think we just do we just walk through the woods and hope, or do we
I
try
mean-
and track him?
If it's tomorrow, I can cast locate person.
Okay, that sounds
1,000-foot circle around me.
That's a pretty large area.
It's
Yeah.
not it's not 5 square miles, but we'll see what we can do.
What do we know about? Really quick, do we know anything else about Emil?
He
We know-
used to carry that dagger. He doesn't
Yeah.
anymore.
Yep.
And he's a werewolf.
He's a werewolf. Oh, maybe I can sniff him out.
Ooh.
That seems feasible.
Why what do we know about him? Sort of in the hierarchy of werewolf. Like, who is he?
He's a dude. He
Cool.
went on a mission with Carol, the leader.
He's part
So
of
he's-
Carol's pack.
I mean, everybody is basically, right?
Okay.
He's either
But he was at least high up.
trusted enough to be going
Exactly.
with them, or he's cannon fodder.
Exactly.
One of those two things.
It was
And why-
it was directly on orders from Strahd.
Okay. So why are we looking for him?
Because if we don't find him, we don't get the 5 children back.
Zulika's looking for him. She doesn't know what
Okay.
happened to him. He's
She said that-
disappeared.
She would throw her support behind us, overthrow their leader with her mate if we brought him back. and
Okay,
give us the
great.
children.
Okay, cool. It's a coup.
Now you're all caught up.
Thank you.
I could always perform a sending, but then Strahd knows.
That's true. You
We need
could
to go to-
ask Strahd.
Hey, Strahd, baby, what's up? Sorry about that little spat in Valaki. Hey, tell me something.
Yeah, that'll go well. So
Where's Emil?
the play is going to be get somewhere for the night, get Gideon locked down, and then maybe go search the woods.
Yep.
Have a
Okay.
pint, wait for it to blow over.
Fair enough.
He'll do
Perfect.
locate creature. I'll put my nose to the ground.
All right, go.
Okay.
It
Hiya.
happens. We do.
Fair enough. So in the case of the, you guys are actually able to find a place, whether you guys want to go to Kresk or just try to do it out in the woods.
What's the most common
And
wildlife we see in the woods out in this area?
Werewolves.
what's the most what?
Twigman.
Twigman.
Common wildlife we see out here, other than these werewolves and
Pile.
twigs, like birds,
Piles of clothes.
or
Um,
squirrels.
honestly, like wolves and ravens.
Gotcha.
Well, hey, we're representative sample here.
Right?
Yeah.
Wolves, ravens, and undead. Oh god, our whole party is like.
Yeah, pretty much.
One
we
of us is
belong
the odd
in
person
the-
out.
I will say that with the exception of, you guys chaining him down, Kildith doesn't go as crazy during the night. There's some thrashing, but it's fought back a little bit better. He still definitely doesn't have control on the full moon, though. You know that.
I also gave Tally the Shield Guardian necklace with the instructions to have it subdue me if she has to.
Okay. It doesn't get to that. Like, the Shield Guardian can stand over you. But other than that, it gets fine. And then you guys are able to set off into the woods easily the next day and kind of start going around. That said, I need someone to roll 2d4 and then someone to roll 3d6.
I'll
Eh?
take 3d6.
I want neither of these.
Can I roll 3d6?
I'm gonna cast
6
locate
times?
person.
No, just once.
All right, I'll get the 2d4. Got it.
Okay.
Snake eyes, baby.
So it didn't quite line up the way I was expecting it to. So I think I'm going to hand wave the 3d6 because I like where that landed better than the 2d4. You guys end up where the party flag is right now.
Okay.
After a large swath of looking through this forest. After a short, probably 4 hours, Gideon starts smelling something human wandering around. And eventually you guys make it to the banks of this shore, the opposite side of the shore. You see what looks to be like some kind of disheveled man with a big beard and long hair just wandering around, tattered robes on.
So you have a spell book?
Hermit-like?
Looks a little hermit-like.
Hmm.
Do we approach him? I think we.
Yes.
If my time in Barovia has taught me anything, it's that you should always approach strangers.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
August, you're a fellow magical professional. Maybe you two will get along.
We don't know anything about this guy being a magical professional other than he's
Didn't
a
we
hermit.
hear that he was like a grand wizard that Strahd defeated?
I mean, supposedly there's a grand wizard. No, let's not use that term. Supposedly it's a.
Oh yeah.
Supposedly he's a great wizard who is in these woods, but this is again here you are stereotyping these. What did you call them? Magical folk.
Yeah.
I called him a magical professional. Thank you very much.
Fair enough.
All right. Are we? How close are we to him?
Kind of across this offshoot river creek.
Okay.
You can see him.
I will call out to him.
All right. He stops in place, turns his head quickly, and you just see his
Well met,
eyes are
friend.
huge, and he looks at you and he says, "You think my magic has grown weak? I'll show you." And he starts casting a spell.
No, I don't.
Nope. Easy.
I'll prepare a counter
And
spell.
You will, but that'll have to wait for next time.
Ah,
Okay.
come on.
God
Oh,
damn it.
oh God, is it Hidocious?
I have
Oh,
no
God.
idea what you're talking about.
I have a thing. I have a thing for this.
Counterspell it.
And that will be it for the night.
All right.
Oh boy.
Oh,
So how much were we just like annoying the shit out of you?
you're welcome for that, by the way.
By
I think
what?
we spent like
Hour?
2.5 hours like being like, okay, how do we go around a lake?
Plotting
You
an
guys
assault.
Are sitting
on
there with like
friendly
graph paper, like pushing
Well,
your tokens across the map.
You
Yeah. We had like the little like placard on a stick that we're pushing our units across on our little play.
Exactly.
you
I'm
have
sorry.
successfully instilled fear of Barovia into us, and we don't.
All right, chat. That's the stream. That was the session. We are going to end there, and we'll be back next month sometime. I hope everybody had a great time, and I will be back later. See you guys next month.